I am sure sports. You know me there, from coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know no game play, that me not say it. If me never see no game, me no know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crap of players. We are good enough. Remember to like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Tricknick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices. Add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Tricknick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
All right. Good evening, good night. It is. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports. I am Mannings, man. How you all doing today? Hope everybody doing well. Hope everybody doing fine. All right, we have a lot that we're going to get through in like an hour because I don't have a lot of time. So first and foremost, again, welcome. Blessings and honor, glory, and power be unto the ancients of days. You know, we give greetings and salutation and a lot of respect and pay homage to the great God who has kept us alive. It is in him we live and move and have our beings. You understand me? And Jehovah is his name, Yeshua. He is the King of all kings. Lord of all lords. He's the conquering lion of the tribe of Judah. The one who was, the one who is, and the one who is to come. There's none like him before him or after him. He's the great and he is the mighty God. Bless up. Welcome, Jew, a.k.a. Jew Fortis. Eagle Republic, Chris Wright. Happy 45th. Happy belated 45th birthday, Sir Wright. Big up yourself. You turn big money, I know. Big 45. 4-5 in a waist. You understand? Big up yourself and the earth strong, my brother. You understand me? Blessings to you. 1 triple E. You understand me? 1 Cornwall College. You don't know. You understand me? Yesterday when I was calling out schools, the names of schools down that side, I forgot. Maud McLeod. And someone reminded me of that school. So bless up to everyone at Maud McLeod, you know? Big up all of Senton, you understand me? All of the people, them, you know, from Exchange, you know, to White River, to Lodge, you understand me? Mile Hen, Pimento Walk, you understand me? Upper Lima Hall, you understand me? Civil Heights, Priory, Richmond, Heartlands, yo, Steertown, Mommy Bay, yeah, you know, Chalky Hill, Brownstone, you understand me? Alderton, Claremont, yeah, Monego, Golden Grove, Great Pond, yo, up. All right, you understand me? Bless up. So, You know, a lot of things we're going to talk about today. You understand me? People say, as the Eagle Republic said, don't be. We soon put up your comment, boss. You understand me? We could just get through. We have the under 20 thing we want to talk about. But, you know, England, they are through. People, people, we're going to have Mr. Dennis Chong on, you know, because he's going to talk about, you know, Coach Himiral Grimson. People, tell me, should I invite Tigat on the show? Should I invite Tigat on the show? Tell me. Should I invite Tigat on the show? Tell me, should I invite Tigat? Before I get into the content, please, I'm asking you to do 3 things for me. Like the video, please, and thanks. That's it. Like the video. 2, share the video. That's number 2. That's 2 things. None of which are difficult. And the 3rd thing is, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. That's it. All right? Tigat, when you come on tonight, make sure that you're on your best behavior, because Peter is in the building. And I have received a lot of negative votes. All right? So please, you understand me? All right. So Tigat, this is the warning. Tigat. Let us have a good, robust, civil, smart, quiet discussion until I have my guest. Ask a question, make a suggestions. All right? No controversy. Mr. Tigat, here I'm warning you. Jason is here. And Jason, we have a new thing now, Tigat, on the platform, you know, where Jason and Drew Fortis, them on there, you know, them can delete you completely, not just from the comment section, you know. Them can all delete you from the from the panel. So be careful. You hear much warning I'm getting, all right? But before I bring on Tigat quickly, listen, I'm not impressed with this under 20 squad that Jamaica has named. I am not the least bit, you know, and I need to hear. I want to hear from Ian Campbell. If anybody know Ian Campbell, because Ian Campbell was touting that they had how many names of U20 players. Is it that these players did not get those documentation, Mr. Campbell, seeing that you're leading that project? Is it that they didn't? Because I don't see any new faces in the team coming out of England. So what about that whole list of names that you had? What is going on? Talk to me, Mr. Ian Campbell and Mr. Devon Porter. I need to hear from you both, because I wish them all the best, but I do not believe that this is the best 20 players we could find of all the players available to Jamaica at this time. I refuse to believe that. I refuse to believe that that is the case. So I want to hear what happened to that whole list of names that was out there of players. What happened? They didn't get the documentation. What happened? You understand me? Joshua Grant, Alex James, and listen, whoever sending out, this is the delegation to Mexico. I think this is a team that went to Mexico, right, to play the games that they lost. I want to know if this is a said team. Well, this is a team going to Mexico July 17th. You have Joshua Grant, Alex James, Tawayne Lynch, Nashardo Gibbs, Javin Williams, Niall Waugh, Shadiko Wizard, Brian Burkett, J. Light Simmons, Christopher Ainsworth, Avery Grange, the Borough FC, Adrian Reed, Ashton Garden, Alexander Bicknell, Fabian Reynolds, Dunstan Cohen, Orion Watson, Rashawn Small, Mackay Welsh, Nashawn Bolt, Romain Blake. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. So I need to hear from Ian or Mr. Port. T-Got gone. T-Got. 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 Where T-Got gone? T-Got gone. T-Got. Man gone. Man, people T-Got vex. T-Got vex and leave here, sir. T-Got get vexed with and gone. All right. So, Osh, T-Got, you can return. You shall return. Yeah. So, Ian, Mr. Porter, call me. Talk to me. I am not the least bit impressed. What about the over 20 names that I heard of these players? Is it that they didn't get the documentation? Is it that they're not good enough? What happened, Mr. Campbell, Mr. Porter? Because you guys, somebody said it's not documentation why they weren't selected. So they were part of the training, Siobhan Peart, and I wasn't here, no. Is it that they came and the coaches cut them? Is it that they were not invited? Is it that they could not afford to be here? What really happened? Oh, T got to have work a morning. All right. So what happened? Hey, one thing with me, listen, club release, I don't know. People, I am trying to find out. I need somebody who can tell me because me can't bother with it. Listen, one thing with me, you know, I don't make noise. I don't put things, I don't insert things that I don't know. You see, if I don't have the facts, I am not going to. All right. So if you don't have the facts, we can assume and say things. I am not going people saying quote and I need to know what happened. And until then, I reserve all judgment. New approach. No argument until we get the facts. No argument until we get some facts about what happened. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear. I want somebody come tell me what happened. While only Welsh and Fabian Reynolds. Only those two. All right? That we want to know. All right? Done with the heap talking thing. Big up England into the finals of the Euro, where they will go up against Spain on Sunday. That will be a good game. Hurricane finally, penalty merchant Hurricane, finally got a penalty to score our next one in the Euros to put England into the final. Ollie Watkins in the 98th minute, somewhere there, with the second goal. Right now, Colombia 1, Uruguay 0. You understand me? Colombia looks set to go into the finals against Argentina, who will have Lionel Messi for the final time as he has announced his retirement from international football. Messi the maestro. You understand me? I think he has been very ineffective in this tournament, just like Cristiano Ronaldo was ineffective for Portugal in the Euros. All right? You understand me? All right. So, well, if it is the quarter, not even 7 players, there is not 7. So it cannot be quarter because I am saying, Eagle Republic, what I'm saying is that it didn't make even the quarter. You don't have 5. You don't have 5. So it cannot be because the quarter, even if they're using the quarter is 7. There is none. So it could never be the quarter. If it is a quarter, there must be something else. Because the quarter says 7, right? And you have to justify the rest. There is really none. So why there is none? Why the best 5? That is why I need to know what happened. We're not going to speculate. We're not going to put things in comment section because we want to have argument and we want to rile up people. Let's deal with the facts. J. Ross, remove the quarter. That is not the question I'm asking. say a quota is in place. The quota is, we're going to say that. Yes, the quota is working. There is no new player out of England. So you're saying that the new quota is that nobody from England plays at Jamaica at youth level? That's not a quota thing. That's why we need to get some facts. And then when it to the 7, we can speak about that. All right? But we have the General Secretary of the Jamaica Football Federation, Mr. Dennis Chong. It's a little late, and he has come on to join us. We have an abbreviated show because a lot is out there in the air about the coach. A lot of people were disappointed about the resignation, and a lot of the blame was cast on the Jamaica Football Federation. Only for 7 or 8 days after that, we see pictures posted of the coach in a new job. And now a lot of things are being questioned and a lot of things are being asked. For example, one thing that was asked is this: when the coach said that, boy, it will be gut-wrenching to see Jamaica in the World Cup, right? Was he really saying that I have a job and my team is going to be in the World Cup? Look out for me, Jamaica. Right? Was there a job? Was there a job before? So is it that in a lot of those assertions as to why the resignation weren't really so? We need to know. And were the signs there? You know, a house given up early in the year. Like the article said, this thing was from in January of 2024. This whole process was initiated by the Irish football. So, Mr. Chong, good evening. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports. Always a pleasure having you.
Yeah, man. How you doing, man? You know, it's my bedtime.
Yeah?
Yeah, man, I'm an early man. I get up early in the mornings, like 3:30 or so.
No, man, you know, that's if you sleep too much. You sleep too much, poverty will creep on you, you know.
So I say I get up at 3:30, you get up at 7.
Yeah, man, you have to get up at 5 and then we look at jogging, you know, because, you know, we don't want the guts to get too big. Yeah, but we're getting a little feedback. I don't know if you're listening to the program.
Oh, you know, I was watching the football, the Copa Uruguay Colombia. It was a really exciting game. Colombia from the first half, they had 10 men, you know. And they won 1-0. Yeah.
And they won. All right, see what I can do is just close that off and then sign back in.
Yeah, man. I turn it off.
Check. We're still getting the feedback though, so just sign out and sign back in so we can get rid of the feedback.
Okay, all right, no problem.
All right, thank you, sir. Yeah. No. All right. So, all right, T-Gat is back, T-Gat. You see, look what I want to talk to you. You run off for the program. As I hear, say, Mr. Chong, you jump on back on the program. Nobody come ramp with me thing. You hear me? I tell you that. Oh. T-Gat, welcome.
No, man. What happened is that the match get kind of sweet. So I'm kind of run off, you know. I cut those on, they have the mute. I never want the sound in the background.
Okay, all right then. Hold on, let me bring back Mr. Chong. Hold on. Hello?
Yeah, man. The match is nice.
Yes, man.
Yeah, man. All right, Mr. Chong. So we have your back. Yeah, no feedback. Yeah, man. So you enjoy that Copa game, sir. Colombia.
Yeah, man. It was a very good game.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, man. All right. So listen, a lot of development since the resignation of the coach. One, I think a lot of people were disgruntled because the initially it kind of came across as if a lot of things were wrong in terms of the Jamaica as a place, in terms of the culture of Jamaica, to the issues probably with the federation, even that was cited in the article that came out. The interview didn't, though his exit interview didn't have any of those things. But just from the article and just what has been out in the space, you get the feeling like people are saying that the federation didn't do due diligence. And now what we found is that once people saw the appointment today, then a lot of people are like taken aback and saying, oh, so it looked like something was in the pipeline long ago. I see Dre Anyweather, for example, said that job was in the book from December.
Yeah, well, Mannings man, I tell you something. I'm always, and I've done various things in Jamaica. The NSWMA, for example, other things, and I'm always amazed at how gullible Jamaicans are. That they just believe the first thing that is said out there. I mean, even talking about the JFF, I remember when we had indicated when the women's thing came up from last year that we had paid all the money from October. People didn't want to look at it rationally. And they came out in January or February to say that they had received all the money in October. Right? So anybody who knows me knows that I always speak from a position of information. If I don't have information, I do not speak. Because the most important thing for me is the credibility about what I say. And I don't mind that people say things in the short run, because I know in the long run that what I say will always stand up because the facts are there. And I always speak from facts. So I wasn't surprised when people said those things, because people speak from a position of emotion all the while. It's like when I was having a discussion on social media where the JPS said that 83% of the people as of Tuesday had gotten back electricity. Someone said, no, that's not true, because when I'm in St. Elizabeth and I look for miles, people don't have electricity. And then when I looked at it, I said, but 43% of the people are in Kingston, St. Andrew, and St. Catherine. So if you assume that even 50% or 60% of the rest of the parish have electricity, that's over 83% of your customers. You understand? So that's how people speak. And I understand that, because people speak from the position of their reality. And maybe because I'm an accountant, I look at things differently. Now, the issue with what was being said about Jamaica, what I know, right? And someone asked me today, we have, and you would know, Mannings man, we have been under a lot of pressure in JFF because we have ensured, since I was there, we have never been late with salary for anybody, including the coaches. Irrespective of how much it is, the people, and I must commend the JFF, the people in the JFF, they go beyond measure to ensure that that's always paid. So we ensure we do that. And we've paid up all the boys and the girls and everything. And it took a lot of effort to do it. We always said, and we know this, Jamaica is a poor country. We cannot compare Jamaica to developed countries. And in fact, I was having a discussion yesterday with Speed. Jamaica actually pays more to our players than many other countries that are better off than us. Right? Jamaica also has an infrastructure problem, right? And I hear people bashing the infrastructure. But guess what, Mannings man? Most of our matches are not played in Jamaica. So therefore, 80% of the games that we played are not affected by infrastructure. I also know, and you know, Mannings man, that the hotels that we stay at is selected by the coach and the management, and the bill comes to us, and we pay the bill, right? So a lot of the things that are said, I know from factually is not so, and these things eventually come out. So I don't worry about that. I don't worry about what people say in the short term. No, when it comes to the matter of the coach, understand this. Everything that has been requested of us, even in terms of staffing, because you know the amount of staff that was on the Jamaica football team is much more than a lot of other teams. But we say, okay, we are going to shut our eyes, we're going to spend the money, and we're going to find the staff because this is what is requested. In fact, you recall also, Manningsman, that the coaching staff even requested single rooms for players, which other teams like Argentina said don't have single rooms. And it costs us a lot more, but we say, you know what? We don't want to upset the camp. So we find the single rooms. And it costs us a lot more money. Everything that has been requested from the JFF administration has been provided in terms of a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure to get it done. And we've done all right. And we'll do everything for our players to ensure that the coaching staff and everybody is happy to get there. So in terms of the situation, when the information came out today, I was very surprised. I can tell you, the technical committee was very surprised. The president was very surprised also, because up to the point that we had the discussion that the resignation was given, the same day we had the discussion, we had no idea of this, right? So it came as a big surprise. And I mean, we will never, and I personally will never knock someone for wanting to go to a better situation. And a lot of people, I'm sure, who are listening now, if they got the opportunity to go to a better working situation, they are going to do it, right? So whatever the situation is, whether they feel like, the coach said that he had an issue with the environment in Jamaica, and that's where it was, right? Not just the situation with the federation, but the environment in Jamaica.
Let me just ask this question, Mr. Chong. I was still getting the feedback. Don't know if it's on speaker whenever I speak. So I'm going to mute you when I am talking to cut out the feedback, and then when you're going to respond, I'll open up the line. So what I wanted to, are you any clearer then? Because given all that you have just said, a lot of it is verified, because I can say that since I've been a part of it, we have had occasions where players share a room, but many times the players will say, listen, I want my own room. And oftentimes that option is presented to the players, and they will even say, listen, I will take a room, and what I can do, because they have the wealth or they have the money, they'll say, listen, even if you have to take it from my match fees, I want my own room. But the general idea of players having is not something that has been opposed, but for team building, that is it. And then for specific tournament like the Copa, everyone had their own room, except the younger players who you think like, they're normally in each other's room anyways, but all the players had their own rooms for the Copa. And so I can agree with that. And then I will also say that the hotels that the team have stayed in are normally between 4 to 5 star, not below that. And anyone who has been around the team would have known that as well. So I don't think like those, it is like, like the things that probably were like an issue with the hotel is that can you get the entire team on one floor? And, as management, we'll always say, we don't own the hotels. And the truth is that some hotels will try to facilitate that, but it's very difficult because the hotels have many rooms on one block, and they have to sell their rooms, and they cannot prioritize our 1 night stay or 2 night stay when they have like their platinum members. You understand what I mean? And diamond members who they're going to tell that we're going to move you from this floor that you normally stay on. So those things are probably minor stuff. But when the word frustration was used, are you any closer to understanding what was then the point of frustration, given that, like you said, all the things that were requested, as much as the federation was able to, they were presented to the coaching staff to do their job?
No, I have no idea what the frustration was because we did ask for specific examples. Because you know me, man. I am going to ask. If you said to me, the sky is blue, I'm going to say, what type of blue? So I said, what specifically are you speaking about? Sorry. And I didn't get any specifics about frustration. Some things that were spoken about, you know, management were just some minor things like what you talk about everybody being on one floor and so. So I don't know that there was the frustration that was talked about out there. And if there was, I don't have any specifics on it. But I know that, as I always say, everything that is requested of us, because that is the role of administration, right? We will provide it within reason, because remember, we still have a budget. And what people don't understand is that we have to ensure that we explain all our expenditure to FIFA. It's not just a matter of we can, you know, people, when people say that, boy, how JFF spend money loosely. JFF is the most audited organization I have ever been, right? JFF has 2 or 3 audits every year, right? And I can tell you that it would be very, very difficult for anybody to take any money out of JFF. And I'm not talking about things over materiality level, you know, which auditors will say, well, big items, right? This is what they call materiality. When the FIFA auditors come, they audit everything down to a cent, right? So I don't understand. I don't know what the frustrations are. I know the coach definitely had said that he had some frustrations with the infrastructure, which, you know, we had a challenge with it also. For example, the lighting, the minister stepped in and addressing those things. But, you know, and I think that we need to have a certain standard, certainly, for example, at our national stadium. But you know what I always remember, man? Jamaica is a poor country, right? We're just coming out of a serious fiscal crisis in 2013, right? I know that. I was a part of that when the solution was being put in place. And we have to work towards it. And I don't understand, you know, we know we punch way above our weight all the time. And one of the things that the challenges or opportunities we face is that because we're the number 1 football team in the Caribbean for men and women, it is expected, management, you know, that Jamaica participates in every tournament. While other teams, some of them say, well, you know, we're not participating now because we don't have the budget. Whenever I tried that already, you know, and they would call us and say, boy, Jamaica, you have to come in. Because when Jamaica is not there, the standard drop, right? And that is one of the burdens that we have, you know. And can you imagine us also saying to our fans, boy, you know what? We have problems with money, so we're not going to participate in Nations League this year. You understand? And that's one of the challenges that we have, you know, and therefore I always commend the staff, because the staff, they find the money. You know, we go out there and we find the money.
Let me ask this now. Let me just mute you again and ask it. So, with all of these things, because people are saying, one, the coach gave up his house. His wife moved back to Iceland. There was a game, I think, Dominican Republic. The coach was in like basically a shorts. I've never seen that in Europe. I've never seen that in South America. I've never seen that in the Americas. I've never seen that in the Caribbean, right? And people have brought up those things. You know, the fact that he gave up the house, the fact that, you know, he wasn't in Jamaica anymore. The fact that, like, even that whole the Dominican Republic game where he had on a shorts and just a regular shirt, even for the interview, that these were signs on the wall that something was brewing down this pathway. Did the JFF not did as a GenSec, did you not see this? Did you not know this? So you could do some forward planning, or the resignation came as a surprise and the new appointment came as a surprise? I mean, were you unaware of all of this? And then, because based on what the Irish media is saying, it appears that at the time when the initial contact was made, it was at a point when the coach would have been in England and in Europe, in that area, meeting with players. So were you aware of his travel on the trip? Because people are saying that probably there were signs that you could have picked up on as the general secretary, to kind of have a conversation that probably could have changed the direction, or it is what it is. Go ahead, Mr. Chuck.
I'm on mute. Yeah. So the truth is that all those things, we did pick up those things, right? When the movement happened back, I was a little concerned about it. I spoke with Speed, because I mean, I don't like having those technical discussions. I mean, if it's administrative, when to do that contract, and then when the other issues came up, like the issue with the shots that you talk about, we did think it was a little unprofessional, and I had a discussion with him. The truth is that when you're in a situation like that, then timing is always key to have the discussion. And we thought that one of the things that we need to do is ensure that we go through the Copa, right, round, and not upset, not having a discussion around. And that was a deliberate decision that was taken, right, because we wanted to preserve what we had in terms of the team, the camaraderie, and everything. And we did not want to upset that. And those are decisions that you have to take. So while someone looking from outside can say, oh, there's a fly on the wall, go and kill it, we might look in, knowing internally what the infrastructure of the wall is. We might say, boy, if we hit the wall, the wall going to fall down, right? And therefore we saw these things, right? And based on that, we would have said, boy, these are things that need to be addressed. And we think that we have to address these things in time. But the time that we address it was important, because if we had done it, let us say we had done that, and then we had a breakup before Copa, we'd be having a different conversation now, right? I think that everything going up to Copa, we got everything that was asked for was provided. We went through Copa. I think the boys did well. I think they did play out their heart. And Manningsman, there were some little issues that we had to deal with. But compared to what could have happened if we had gone and dealt with that situation before, then it could have been worse. And I think that the boys did play well. And when I spoke with the players were in good spirits in Copa, and I think they gave a lot. Right? We can talk about other issues in terms of why we lose certain things, right? But the players themselves, I think, gave a lot, and that is why we saw it, but we didn't act on it at that time, right? And even during Copa, we thought that the time to have a conversation was the day of the final game, right? At that point, we knew that we wouldn't make it through, and we thought that was the time to have a conversation. And we did have a conversation at that time, and at that time, the coach had told us that he would be leaving effectively immediately the same day, which was after the game, because we had a conversation before the game, and he said he'd be leaving after. And we had that discussion. The coach, there was no animosity or nothing. The coach said, boy, it's a personal decision. So we say, all right, fine. We have to respect that, And at that point, we knew that we had to accelerate the search for someone. And the truth is that we've had significant interest from all over the world. People want to be associated with Jamaica's brand because we're definitely going to work up. Coaches want to go there. So we've had expressions of interest from Europe, South America, and within the region. Yeah, and in the US also, we've had expressions of interest, and we've been going through all of those. And I think we've zeroed down on a few of them. But we saw it, but it just had to be a timing thing. Anybody in management knows that you have to know, Kenny Rogers, the song The Gambler, you have to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run. Those are decisions that we have to take, management.
All right, let me mute you again and then ask this question to cut out the feedback. Now, there was something said, two things. One, CC said the JFF got a slice of their own medicine, because I've also been hearing that, boy, how the coach has dealt with this matter is sometimes a reflection of how the JFF has dealt with the matter. Again, when you speak from an informed position, it's different. Now, what also came up today is that there were some inclinations at the game that Jamaica played against Canada in Jamaica. At that point, a signal was sent like, listen, it is done, right? But because there was a next game and the weather had altered things to the point where the turnaround was so quick and the team then did well, there was a change of heart. Now, in retrospect, I don't know if you're aware of this discussion. In retrospect, should that have been the moment then? Or it is better that it came to this point where it is a resignation, where there is not a huge payout to the coach if the JFF had made a decision from that point when those things came up, because it was said that at that game he said that basically it's over, and then the team went to play in Canada and win and qualified, and there was a change of heart. Would it have been wise to say, all right, listen, we're going to move on from here, or that would have been too much financially for the JFF, and how this has worked out has made it better to manage the process going forward?
Well, the truth is that, I hear that that's what was said at Canada, but, I can't act based on what people say was said, and this is why it was important. It would have been important at that time to have a discussion, so I can't say what would have happened, but I mean, you have to understand from our perspective, we have to act based on evidence and information that's in front of us. No, I mean,
this came from the chairman of the technical committee who had the meeting. It was he who said that.
Yeah, I know that, but I still would have to have something in writing.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I mean, I can't. As I say, I'm someone who act based on evidence. And I've had people come to me and say things to me, right? And I said to them, "Are you willing to put it in writing?" Right? And they said no. And I said, "Well, what you want me to do?" Right? So unless I have something in writing, right, then I can't do that. So, for example, when we had the discussion with the coach on the same day, where he told us, right, from in the day that was his thing, his last thing, we did not issue something until we got the signed resignation letter, because that is how we have to behave. I don't have the luxury of being outside of the JFF looking in on it and be able to say something and it not have any consequences. If I say something or do something because of the position I have, it will have consequences. And I therefore have to be careful from that point of view. But, the truth is that, I don't want to go back into supposition. We had a situation with the the game in Jamaica because rain fell and the field was flooded, couldn't play. We played it the next day. We went to Canada, we won, and we went to Nations League. We went to Nation League final and we went to Copa. You know, so I think things played out how it should have, and the fact of the matter is that the conversation we had, everything was good. We had an amicable agreement. We had a parting based on a discussion we had, and I was fine. The only thing that changed now is when we heard today that this is where the coach is going, and we heard also in the article that the negotiation started 8 months ago. So obviously we were not aware of that before, and it would have been nice for us to be aware. So if he was leaving and he was sure, then giving us a notice before Copa, so that we could start looking about continuity would have been good. I mean, if management, if you're leaving a job, then it's always best to give notice. That's just how it is from a professional point of view. You do that sort of thing because you want to ensure that reputation follows you. That when you go to the next person, don't say, "Well, I wonder if I won't get an immediate resignation." So it would have been nice for that to happen. And that's how people operate in their personal lives too. So would have wanted that. And that's why we're a little surprised when we saw it today.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think things worked out how it was supposed to.
All right, I'm going to mute you again to ask you two questions. There is one. I have a super chat that I want to respond to, but Tigat is here, and then I'll call in, and I'm going to take those. So I want you to listen, Mr. Chong, and then you can respond, because if you come on, because I think you're on speaker, it's going to cause a feedback. So this person, Al J, says, so just listen to these, and then Tigat, I'll let you chime in. Management, was there any annual increase stipulation in the coach contract that would make him warranted to wanted a percentage of the earnings from the tournament? So I think that also came up in the article about a request for a certain amount. So this person is asking, was that actually in his contract? And because it was not given, that could have, like, if he had gotten that, you would have said, okay, I am not going to take this job that is out there for me. I'm going to stick with Jamaica. Or that was they said the straw that broke the camel's back. That's one question. And the other one that Al J, I think Jam One always says, question, if we fail to make it to the World Cup, who should be held accountable? And do you think we should consider a change of administration if we don't, I think, make it to the World Cup? So those two comments, Mr. Chong, I want to respond to. Then I'm going to ask Tigat to then field these questions to you, and then I'm going to go to the caller. So go ahead. So the first one is about the terms of the contract as it relates to any other monies that the article said he requested a certain percentage. Was a percentage in the contract, or was anything in the contract at all? And could that have triggered, decision to, all right, can't be bothered with this thing, yeah, man. Me that try, but man, they don't want to give me 400,000 US. So let's go. What say you?
Yeah. So I don't like to discuss, and everybody knows, people's contract terms. What I will say is that we always honor everything in a contract. So there's nothing in any contract that we don't honor.
Okay.
Right? We honor everything in a contract. And as I've said, we have struggled, but we have done it. We have made all payments of salaries on time every month.
Okay,
right?
well said. All right. The other question is about, if we don't make it, who should be held accountable? And do you think, given that there should be a change of administration?
Well, the accountability for not being successful always rests with the administration, because the administration is the one that in the end hires and fires the coach. So therefore, the administration has to be held responsible. In terms of changing an administration, though, there is a constitutional way of changing an administration, and that is elections. And the next election is due in 2028. So the constituents will actually at that time vote on who they want to lead the JFF as president and vice presidents and directors. The fact is, however, that the current president will not be going back in 2028 as he has done the statutory limit, right? I can say, however, and if people don't express themselves based on emotions, that the current president, in what he has achieved from footballing on the field and administrative point of view, has been the most successful president of the JFF. 2 Women's World Cup, a Nation League, 3rd place, first time ever. Gold Cup, 3rd place. Significant success at the youth level, right? We're talking about from the at the center that's there, the development of the center, where teams from overseas are coming to stay there, right? The number of games that are being played now, right? And when you talk about administratively, also a tax compliance certificate, many companies, and I'm sure many persons who might be listening, their companies don't have a tax compliance certificate, because I know as an accountant that a lot of people don't have it, right? A surplus last year, right? In fact, in the last 4 years, surplus 3 years, right? A significant tax liability paid off from 5 years ago, right? And these are things that we need to look at, right? I mean, take away the emotions from it. So the constituents, right, see these things. The Women's Premier League starting back, right? I remember we had COVID. So the constituents see these things. And as I say, I look at things dispassionately because I look at it from a numbers point of view, right? So when it comes to 2028, this president will not be going back. But the constituents will make their decision at that time. But certainly, you know, from our perspective, the icing on the cake for this president is that he gets to the 2026 World Cup, right? Because it would mean that he would have gone to World Cup 3 times in his administration at the senior level. And therefore, this is something he's very well focused on, because being his last term, he wants to be the president that takes the men also to the World Cup, like what happened in 1998. And this is the best chance that we have. And I think that the job that Speed is doing is also a very good job, right? And I think that based on what he has in front of him, based on the players we have, and let's give Hal Grimson his credit. He brought a certain level of unity and camaraderie to the team, right, which did not exist before. And I think that we have a base to build on, and he has given us a lot of statistics also and data that we can work with, right? So a lot of progress has been made. And I think that based on the demand of people who want to come to play for Jamaica, based on our talent development program that's happening in Jamaica now, right? Based on the development, you see that what PFGL has been doing in the Premier League. I think that in the team that we're going to take in terms of the World Cup qualifiers next year and to get to 2026 is going to be much improved. And I think the performance that we've seen at Copa shows. And I mean, even when we were watching it, myself and the president said, boy, based on how these guys are playing, they are going to work up. Right? I think they did very well. Remember, people said, boy, how we performed at Copa. And it's the same thing. They say, man, you will know when a Jamaican might run in 100-meter finals at the Olympics and come 8th. And we curse them and we say, oh, you can come 8th. Guess what, man? Is the 8 best runners in the world, Right?
Yeah.
When you go to Copa, it's not a joke. You have seen the level of play. And not only that, man, one of the things that worked against Jamaica, and these boys stood up to it, is the level of support that the other teams had. Right?
Yeah.
And when our boys get the ball, they boo them.
All right.
Well,
let's say that I bowled a couple of a wide delivery. You understand me? So they said that they want T-Gat. So I'm going to let T-Gat. T-Gat, you still there? You fall asleep?
No, Mama, I'm here. All right.
Yeah, man. You have been listening intently. Any questions from you?
Yes, a lot of questions.
Just going through right now.
T-Gat, give me a few. I don't have a whole heap of time here.
Yeah, just give him 2, T-Gat, because I want to ask 433 to ask a question as well. So go ahead.
Okay. All right, let me because I had it right down, but now your brain's fresh. I just start with the first one. Management asked. I was going to ask you the question, but management asked the question.
So T-Gat, if you are going to ask it, I may ask it. Nobody ask it then, man.
No, hold on. I have to ask it to just have it clear. Because what the article said, he was talking about the bonus or anything in the contract.
Hold on, T-Gat. I don't want to put myself in problems, but you're very low.
Okay. All right. All right. Hold on. You're not hearing me now?
You're very low, so I don't know if the people in the comment section are hearing you. I don't know if Mr. Chong is even hearing.
I'm hearing him very well.
Okay, all right. Go ahead, T-Gat.
Okay. What I'm saying now is when manager is a follow-up question. You said GFF honor all contracts, and there's nothing in a contract that the GFF do not honor. I'm asking you this. Was you as the financial person, was you approached by the coach saying that because we have qualified for the Copa, I would like an incentive or a bonus, and he was turned down? I'm asking you that. Did the coach approach the JFF and said, because we qualify for Copa, would you give me a bonus or some sort of something there, some sort of stuff because we have qualified for the Copa? Was that that was in the paper?
T-Gat, one thing about me, I do not respond to everything that is written.
But hold on. I'm glad I said that. But you were responding to almost everything that was said concerning the house, concerning the travel and everything. You are responding to that. But at this moment, no, you're not responding to that one. Why?
Listen, everything that I responded to was out there. And right? In terms of the contract, I have stated that the JFF honors everything in contracts.
Yes, I understand. But I'm asking
so hold on, T-Gat.
Hold on, T-Gat, you have to allow him to answer the question. Keep your follow-up, but let him answer.
T-Gat, if you have someone who is employed to you, sorry, and you honor everything in the contract that you employ that person to do, isn't that sufficient for what you employ the person to do?
Yes, but yes.
So then why are you asking me? Why are you asking me about that other thing? No. We have honored everything within the contract.
Right. I get that. You honored everything. You was paid on time and everything was taken. I get that. But the coach, when the coach was employed, his role was to get us to the 26th World Cup. That was his role. So qualifying for the Gold Cup would be something sprinkled in it. Qualifying for the Nation League, something sprinkled in. So qualifying for the Copa, nothing significant. His main goal was to qualify for the 26th World Cup. Then why then you guys were about to have a meeting with the coach when the team not performing well in the Copa? Why was a meeting suggested to talk to the coach? Because he was not playing properly in the Copa. Why you guys were going to meet?
Nobody said that. Nobody said that.
Yes, it was said.
I did not say that a meeting was had because he was not performing well.
Tigat, I think you're not. Tigat, I think you're not listening to the.
Okay.
No, that's all right. Remember, Mr. Chong also said he talked about how well the team was playing and that he and the president actually said the team was playing well, and persons in the comment section started saying, play well, what? No, I think the question you're asking, I ask, which is this, Tigat. Was there a request for a bonus payment for qualifying for the Copa America tournament, not the Gold Cup, not the Nation.
No, the Copa I'm talking. No, yes, that is
right. The Copa. Right. That is the question. That is the question you're asking. So, So when I asked the question, Mr. Chong said that he cannot speak to what is in the contract, but all the things that are in the contract, if my understanding are right, they are normally the JFF honors them.
Right. So, I understand that, manager. But my question to you, question was to Mr. Chong.
No. So I'm getting to the question. So I think the same thing you and I are trying to find out, which is because, like you are saying, the Copa was something bonus that was not in the original plans, and it happened, and there is earnings from it. Was there a question? Right, because it is in the article. It is in the article that the coach asked for 20% bonus, which would have been 400,000.
I just want to know if it was approached.
I'm telling you. Yes. So out of the 2 million preparation money, 20% would be $400,000. That's what was being requested, which would leave $1.6 million US as preparation money. So it wasn't bonus for like winning, it was money for preparing the team for the tournament. So I think I don't know, but that is the question I think Tigat is asking. Was the request made and was it denied? And I asked, was that the straw that broke the camel's back?
Yeah, and I'm saying to you, right, that I'm not going to discuss the details of any contract. What I'm saying, and you're right, Manningsman, what we received was preparation money. There was no winnings from Copa, right? And we have fulfilled all our obligation under the contract. And that is the obligation that JFF has. So I am not going to get into any other conversation about what we should do outside of a contract or anything like that, because we fulfill our obligation under the contract. And that is what we need to ask people to do. Don't then come and vilify me because someone might have said something out of a contract or we or something. And come on, man. It must be reasonable. We fulfill our obligations under the contract. And that is the important thing. That is what we must demand of organizations.
Okay. All right. Let me just run off everything that I said. All right. I was listening to an interview with the coach after he got the job, and he said when he was contacted, and he told the FA that he would take the job after the Copa America. He would take the job after the Copa America. Now, I don't know when he was contacted, if he was contacted in January, February, March, April, whatever. But he said he will take the job after the Copa America. Now, for someone to leave one job and go to another job, he must not be comfortable. My question to you, was the JFF doing everything in their powers to let the coach feel comfortable and to do his work effectively?
Tigat, you were listening to us?
Of course, I was listening to you. No,
So
but
then you heard.
hold on.
If you ask me a question, I must let me talk.
Hold on, let me give you an example.
Let man answer the question.
No, hold on, no. Because he must say if I was listening to you, but let me give you an example of what I'm driving. I have a house in Jamaica and I rent it out in good condition and stuff like that. And the agreement I have, not only did the person pay me rent, he said he's gonna take care of the house. But when it boiled down, all the person do was just pay me the rent, take care of the bill, and the house was deteriorating. The house was going down, and its concern was just pay. His thing was, I'm just to pay the rent and pay the bills. That is it. Not taking care of the house. House was just going down. So this is what I'm saying to you. Although you were honoring your contract, pay the coach on time and whatever, were you guys making little additive to make the coach feel comfortable to be at home so he can stay and coach a team?
Tigat, I asked you a question again. Were you listening to us?
Mr. Chong, let me move. Tigat, hold on, Tigat.
No, because Tigat, I said.
I'm done, sir. I'm done.
Hold on, no. I said, right, that everything that was requested, we provided. What that mean?
Everything in the contract. Everything.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I did not say that.
Said about 3 times.
No. Before we started talking about this, I said all the requests that were made, including for individual rooms and everything, we provided. And I said it took a lot of effort on behalf of the staff of the JFF, but we went out and found it. That's what I said. That's why I have to be asking if you're listening, or you just have these questions you needed to ask anyway.
All right, Mr. Chong, just hold on, Tigat. All right, so let me just explain, people. It is not the Copa don't give participation money. It is called, the document says, I don't know. So if you have other information that is different from the document that was given to us, it says preparation money. All right. So when you talk about that money, in fact, you don't even get all of it. So let me explain that to you. Because of the fines in Copa, they keep a big portion of it. Right? And then as you are fined, as you miss your timeline and all of those things, it is deducted from it and then you get the balance. So don't believe that you pay for this. You pay, everything is given to you free. You have to pay for your flight and your bags and all of those things from the money. It is money to prepare. It is not participation. That is what it is called. That is what it is called. Don't ask me who gave me the document, CC. That is what, you know, in a sense, brother. If me tell you, say there's a document with that and a Copa put it on, who gave document? First, you said that it is not preparation money. You have nowhere to come up, but it's participation money. When me answer you now, you're going to tell me where it come from. Who? Don't be stupid, boss. Don't be stupid, CC. Don't be stupid. You have CC for anything you go. Clarendon College, boss. Don't be stupid. It is called preparation money, not participation. So don't make a big deal out of it. That is what it is called, boss. And no federation gets all of it. None. I don't have to provide any document to you, CC, because I don't like when people call it stupid, but me done with you now, man, because it's nonsense. First, you said it is not called that. You know, no sense, man. Reason like you have sense, man. You're too intelligent to act stupid, bro. I'm telling you what the thing is called. You don't have no evidence it's called participation. You're telling people it name participation money. Something trivial. Come on, man, and relax yourself. You want to be relevant, man? Sure, man. We are trying to have a good ask some better question, man. Let me call 433 press to ask Mr. Chong some better question. Sure. 433 press. Speak to Mr. Chong, cause you ask a question, cause CC Chong, man. We can't manage CC sometime, you know.
For my question, big up to Tiga, Mr. Chong, and yourself, Manins. And I just want to say, right, I believe Manins, because of the distrust that the JFF, I don't want to say distrust, right? I don't want to use the word corruption either, because I don't have any proof of that. But because of the public's, what would I say, the public, the Reggae Boys fans, they have a general view of the JFF in terms of how they've handled situations in the past, right? And I believe because there's that perception surrounding them, whenever you guys say certain things, even when it is factual and the information is probably public, people still tend to find it hard to believe, So even when Mr. Speed is saying, not Mr. Speed, even when Mr. Chong is saying that, the requests by Grimson, they were met outside of the contract, etc., for some reason, people just don't want to believe. And as Mr. Chong said, it's this organization or this administration. It is, if you look at it, right, it is definitely one of the most successful administrations. Yes, there are some question marks surrounding certain issues in the past surrounding the Reggae Girls and the Reggae Boys, etc., But if you look at it still, there's still some form of success to an extent, providing the circumstances. You know what I'm saying? So you still have to give them that. However, not many people will. But Mr. Chong, my question is, right, in terms of moving forward for the selection of the new coach, right? The Reggae Boys fans, they've been complaining about style of play from Coach Amir Grimson. How much of how do you factor that in terms of selecting the new coach, in terms of the fans not being happy with the style of play? I know that you're not a part of the technical committee, but surely you would have some information surrounding this, right? In terms of the next coach, are you guys looking for someone who is more attacking, in a sense, if that makes sense? Like how much of
I know what I spoke to Speed, and I know what they're looking for is a coach that will complement the players that we have, right? And that I think is important. Of course, the way you play also, is dependent on the players that you have, right? But looking on me, I agree with what a lot of people have said, that one of the things that we've been missing in the recent games is, people love to see that midfield, right, playing, and we haven't seen that. I don't know what the coach, next coach that comes will do, but I know that what you spoke about 433 is being considered in terms of ensuring that is someone who will complement the players that we have. And if you look at it, the truth is that since Grimson has come, he has added a lot of players, right? And I guess at the end of the day, even when we select a coach is going to determine the players that he picks. It's not going to be the technical committee once they pick the coach. The coach will determine, and that's another thing. I hear a lot of people talk about, boy, is the JFF administration influence the team? Nothing like that. The decision, in fact, management can testify to this. Sometimes we are begging to find out who is on the team so we can book the flights. Because the coach is a man who determines in the final analysis who plays on the team. And all he does is say, listen, these are the people I have. This is where they're coming from. Book some flights. And we'll book the flights. Right? The only thing that we ask is to get the names a little in advance so that we can get the best prices on the flights. right, and ensure that we get them there. But it's the coach that makes that decision. So even though we might do that and look for a certain coach, the coach will then determine, um, the, how the play happens with the players he has and who the players are. So I think that's what will happen in the final analysis. But I think the technical committee is considering all of those things.
Presser, I have 10 more minutes with Mr. Chong. I want to give you one more question because of Duklan, and I'm going to ask. I think CC talked better than he types, so I'm going to actually call him to ask the question that he's asking. But
no, I think
that's it.
I would have. I definitely have more questions, but to be fair, he's not a part of the technical committee, so I can't go further into that. But his response was fair for me, so I will just end it here.
All right then. So all right. Yeah, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate that you're concerned about others. Let me see what I can get.
Yeah.
All right. So I have this person, Lance is connecting. So just if you can just do your most important question so we can get a couple of persons to ask question. Lance, just come back because we're trying to get Duklan at the same time. So let's see if we can get Duklan to ask his question, and then Lance will come to you because I know, Mr. Chong has to get up at 3, he says. There's something about the number 3 on the JFF. 3 minutes on the batteries when they're talking, and 3 minutes, 3 o'clock they go to bed. I don't know. Something about the number 3. Not a good number. All right. Duklan, Ballheads TV. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, Mannings. Yeah, man. Big up yourself, Mannings. Hey, Mr. Chong, how are you? Hope you're having a wonderful night. Fielding all these questions.
Yeah, man, no problem.
I just have a few, to get some clarity. So question number 1. I mean, as far as contracts go, I know that some contracts have like a notice you have to give before you resign, and contracts have like a no compete clause, meaning that you can't just leave one job and run to another one like the day after. Are those considerations for a contract for the head coach? And if not, why not?
Yeah, well, let me say, Duklan. I mean, those are very, very good questions. And the truth is that, Duklan, we remember that the situation came to us today also, right? So, I mean, obviously, those things are things that we'll be looking at to ensure that the federation is protected. We would not want to, prevent anyone from doing what they're doing in terms of their own livelihood. So certainly it is one of the things that if they fundamentally breach and would upset the JFF that we'd look at. But those are very good questions. And we would have gotten the information today also. So, those are things that are being looked at as a matter of course to ensure that the JFF is always protected. But thanks for that question. That's a very good question.
Yeah, man, I must in it, so nothing less is expected.
You're a tennis.
Yeah,
yes, man.
I hope you're not related to this one.
No comment. Another question. The coach on his departure, I saw a video, and he said that he has left documents and such the like, and has basically left the JFF in a better stead than when he came. Could you speak to what the coach is referring to there? Did he leave any documents?
Yeah, man. The coach left us with information in terms of a player database that he's been looking at, and he has done a lot of work around that. And I always say, the coach has left us in a better position. In terms of his planning, he's very good at detailing things and planning. So all of that information has been left. So it's not like we're starting from scratch. We have information on players that he's looking at, on players that are being considered for the future. Information on all the players, information on his planning and all of those things. So we have that. So he's correct. He has definitely left us in a better position than when he came.
Okay.
All right.
I guess the final question.
Yeah, man. Go
All
ahead,
right. Just the coach must have had some grosses why he left. I didn't really hear anything specific being mentioned. Did he mention anything specific? Because that might factor in if we get another coach. We don't want the same thing to happen again.
Well, he didn't at the meeting, the last meeting we had. He didn't mention anything specific. He said he had some environment issues with the Jamaican environment, right? Which is not just within JFF but outside, because he would have spoken about the infrastructure too, right?
Right.
And also sometimes he thinks that maybe the Jamaican people are a little bit too laid back, and it always is going to be a difficulty to plan, to be honest with you, for people to come from societies like that and adjust to ones like ours. Even when we even fly out and go to countries that they're harder and come back here, we face a disorder or an issue. So maybe some of that might be in it. But I know he did on a few occasions complain about the infrastructure issues. And the truth is that anybody who comes here, and we did that conversation was had, and we definitely have to have it with anybody who come here again. Jamaica is just not a rich country. Jamaica is not an orderly society. Jamaicans are passionate about their football, and a lot of the criticism is they care about the football, but a lot of it is irrational. And I can tell you that even myself, I face a lot of things that, as I've said, not just at JFF but before JFF. But I know, the way to survive in Jamaica is you do the right thing all the time, and that's what always comes out. So I think that some of that might have contributed, but nothing in particular. We did, as I said, we did provide all the hotels that are needed in terms of staffing. Management can speak to that. The money that's needed, we provide all of that, secure, as much as we can. Deal with all the baggage issues. When people don't understand, I don't know if management ever tell you yet. The issue of moving the luggage is a production in itself. It's a whole lot of money to move the luggage around, And man, can tell you, man call us and cuss us from the airport and say, "Why want me this issue?" But we find the money and we deal with it because we have to move. It's how many luggage you move, man? How many?
No, minimum for a tournament, man, just to move luggage alone, you're talking about like 1.5 million Jamaican dollars.
And how many bags you're talking about?
You think that roll like probably like a total of probably like 50-60 pieces of luggage.
Yeah.
60 bags easy, yeah. Simon is here and saying that,
Yeah, it's not an easy thing, but we do it, and as I said, we've done everything that we've been requested, at a lot of pressure, but we try and get it done. And the truth is that, as I always say, we're going to have slip-ups here and there, but I know one of the things I commend the people at JFF for is not that we don't have issues, but everybody rallies around when we have an issue and try and resolve the problem. And I wish that some of the fans would do that too. They see we have an issue, and instead of saying, "Oh, this is why the glass is half empty," tell us why it's half full. Because we're going to have issues. We move, when one team is moving, we move 30 odd people from around the world, 50 pieces of luggage, right? You talk about air travel, you talk about transportation, you talk about ensuring that everybody has the right size in terms of the athletic wear, the numbering and the lettering on the back of the jersey is a production. And then you talk about the fact that at any one time we deal with 4 teams traveling overseas, and then when we have an issue with one travel issue with one person, it is a big deal. But when people travel with a family of 5, I never issue with one person. It's not a big deal though.
I see Alj said that it's a mere. I see Alj says a mere 10,000 US 1 week. So that's 20,000 US, right?
Yeah, man. So management don't let that go. Tell him he must give us that since it's a mere that.
And that don't include if you don't have a charter to move from one location to the next location.
Yeah.
You understand me? So say like you had a game in Grenada and one in Trinidad. You understand me? You have that in between cost as well. But look, lad, big question, you know.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Respect
big up yourself.
Yeah, man.
All
right, then, Duke, cool. All right. Let's see. We have 2 more calls, Mr. Chong. I want to get them in. CC have 1 question, and then we'll go to Lance. CC, listen, you know, so
hold on.
Yeah.
Remember, you know, if you look at the comment, there was question marks at the end of the comment. So I did not make a statement. I simply posed a question.
And I answered the question.
Hold on. CC and management, don't I beg you argue after the thing now some can go bed.
Ask the question, man. What is the question you ask?
All right, so all right.
You and I are in a group. When we come in the group and me and you talk about this.
So let me ask so let me ask the question. The question I was asking, Mr. Chong, is, for example, you said the coach, you would have liked it if the coach would have reached out and say, you know, this is a situation, there might be a job or something of the sort. But or if he's leaving, like, you know, say give you some notice which persons would do in the working work. But I wanted to ask the question on the basis of, if it was the coach contract is coming up on conclusion, say like he have a month left on his contract, would the JFF give him prior notice to say, like a month before, to say, oh, you are happening a coach, we're not going to renew the contract at the end of this month?
Yes, it is a requirement under the law.
All right, so, but remember, you know, but we all know how this contract thing goes when you say a contract worker. Because I know persons who have been contract worker and they have gotten no notice. Only if you know, so when the day come, then just not get no renewal.
No. See, hold on. There's a difference. No, there's 2 different things. A contract worker is different from having a contract for the job that you have, CC. 2 different things.
All right. Let me put it how you all will understand it. You had a contract to work for the company. You have a contract with them. The contract states 2 years. When the contract comes up to 2 years, the month before the contract finishes on the 2 year, you didn't hear nothing. When the 2 year finish, you know that the next day you don't have any job.
No, CC. No, CC, and I can tell you from personal experience, and this is something coming from the Ministry of Labor, right? You see, if you have a contract with somebody, right, and you do not give them notice that you will not be renewing the contract, the labor laws have treated it as a renewal of the contract. And this is what happened, for example, at one situation with an executive director who was at NSWMA. They did not give proper notice before the contract ended that they were not going to renew the contract. And the ministry said, no, the contract has automatically renewed.
So that means that was something, Mr. Chong, that was adjusted, because this has been going on for several years at even a prominent financial institution.
No. What it means is that the people never know them rights and never follow up on it.
Hold on. I was going to ask a question. Was Lauren Donaldson given a month notice before his contract was expired?
See, somebody reading the comment in your background, or that is Jason Gona TV responding in the background.
Yeah, Jason, I can say, yeah. No, I know. I was going to say that. I said, Jason, type it. Was Lauren Donaldson's contract was given a month notice? Is that wrong? Or it was just wasn't renewed?
Well, the contracts, what I would say is that contracts have certain different stipulations. So in terms of contracts can speak to the renewal process though. You understand? But if someone
Jason type it, I swear.
But to me, though, Mr. Chong, if in my contract it doesn't state that I need to give prior notice at any point in time, meaning that either party can seize something there. If
and the contract can say that to you know, so you have to look at the contract itself.
In the tourism industry, hold on, CC. So let me explain to you. So I think we need to distinguish a couple of things, right? So in the tourism industry, in places like St. Anne, a lot of the bartending people and grounds persons, they are contract workers, because at every 6 months it ends, and then the hotel can renew it if they want or not, because you're on 6 months. You're on the 6 months, you're off until the next 6 months down the road. They do it that way, all right? So that's a different thing. Ancillary stuff, all right? No, it is different when I am the CEO, but I have a contract with the hotel. I'm a permanent employee, and I said to them, listen, for the 5 years I'm going to be here, I need $1 per year. All right, for the 5 years. Yes, when it comes to, because in that, the hotel is going to say, if you're going to leave, we need prior notice of 6 or 8 months. In that, go ahead.
All right, go ahead. But let me tell you when I ask management. May I ask Mr. Chong? Mr. Chong, may I ask one simple question we quash everything. Was the contract a contract of employment or contract for employment? That's the only question I'm going to ask on this. Was it a contract of employment or contract for employment?
What's the difference?
The difference is a contract for employment is not, would I say, as an independent contractor versus a contract of employment, which comes as if you're a permanent staff, or staff is a staff-based contract.
Where you get that from?
All right, Mr. Chong, listen, I'm asking you a question.
No, I'm asking you. No, I know, but I'm asking you because I want to understand what you're asking.
Lord have mercy, we're going to do employment thing. See, just see if we can ask one more. Just see if we can conclude on this, because Mr. Chong need to leave and I have Lance. So see if we can get tight down, and then let me just get Lance, because Lance have been calling for so long. I want him to get him one question in.
No, the reason why I'm asking it, I'm saying a contract of employment is where you enter and I become an employee and you're an employer. So your position is to provide work for me and I do that work based on a salary basis. So that's why I'm asking that question, as opposed to somebody would you say a contract, something there for employment.
Yes, so I'm asking you before I answer that, I'm asking you where you get that definition from.
All right, Mr. Chong, we got University of the West Indies, like we do this thing in a school.
But I'm still asking where you get that definition from, because I don't know about that definition. So I'm asking you.
All right, I got it in business law.
Okay, well, I don't know about it, so you have to go ask the business law teacher to tell you that.
But see what I'm showing now, Mr. Chong. See the question. So the statement we are gonna make when you have to say where me get this.
Yeah, but I don't know. I can't answer. I can't answer.
CT, they give up like me. Come on, just say done. Just say done.
I can't answer something. I can't answer something I don't know.
All right. The only reason why I asked the question is this, Mr. Chong. A person who is in a contract of employment is more likely that person is probably legally obligated to give notice. A person who is in a contract for employment is not obligated to give notice. So that is why I was asking the question. But I mean, if it is in the situation where the person is obligated or it's in their contract to give notice, then that's fine.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'm saying
what CC is saying is like the hotel workers don't need, like those who are the auxiliary workers, they don't need to have to give like notice that or the hotel don't have to give them notice. I think he's trying to find out if that was the case with the contract of him or Hal Grimson, where him giving you notice was not necessary, and
was
you
it a
giving
moral
him
thing, or is that legal?
Was it part of the contract, or it was just ethical? The ethical thing to have done is to say, listen, I'm not going to be here, because he did say he gave the coach, he gave the president prior notification of his resignation. That was said in that 6-minute or so interview. So which is what CC saying. So when he said that now, was it like the day or 3 days before, or was it within a stipulated time?
I do not know about that prior notification that was given. And
that's what he said. That's what he said in the interview, though.
Yes, I don't know if he said that to the president, but what I know is that the employment comes through the administration. So if you're going to give notification, you have to give it where the contract is effective.
All right. CC, let me just take one more before Mr. Chongo. All right, respect. Yeah. All right, people them don't ramp with CC, you know.
Is that Senate?
Mr. Chong say never did Abbott in business law. Is the Abbott right the business law book? Is Abbott right? Is Abbott right the business law book, you know? Lance, good evening. You have one question because Mr. Chong has to go, you know. One question, and it can have a part B, and it can have part. Go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. Chong talk about the progress the GFF made, progress the GFF is making with the program. But one thing I want to ask is that, what about the pitch? You know, it just seems like the coaches, every coach that comes to Jamaica is not satisfied with the pitch. Are we doing anything about the pitch?
The minister has announced, and remember, you know, the national stadium and all the national pitches are not the responsibility of the JFF. Obviously, we could not take on doing all of that. We have a Harris Burrell Center, and we have an artificial turf that is very good, that we play on up there, we maintain it. But in terms of the national stadium, the pitch itself is not in bad condition. The problem is the infrastructure around it, and the minister has said that the lighting will be ready. You know, we have a game on September 6th against Cuba, which we expect to be a big game. The lighting will be ready for then. Also, they are breaking ground, I think, this year on the redevelopment of the stadium. And I've seen the plans for it, and it looks very good. I mean, once that happens. Yeah. So I think they're doing a lot of work.
Yeah, I understand that. It's not a responsibility of the JFF, but you know, the JFF, we kind of, I guess the JFF kind of contract going to a contract with the government to use the pitch. I mean, we gotta have some influence. And I said the JFF gotta have some influence.
Yeah. No, we do advocate for it. We do advocate for it. Yeah, we do advocate for it, Lance. Okay. We have a lot of discussions around. And I mean, we have a general problem with pitches. I mean, even in Montego Bay, the Catherine Hall, the mayor has done a lot of work on the field there, but we still need to do an upgrade on Catherine Hall in terms of stands and, you know, the facilities. He has done a lot of work there, but we do need more pitches throughout the country. That's one of the challenges that we have in terms of football development. I mean, even at the center itself, you know, we have a grass pitch there. We're looking at working on that also to provide another option. But we don't have enough quality pitches in the country.
What about the Trinidad? Yes, I was going to ask about the Trinidad.
Yeah, that also, she has plans for that also.
350 what? It's 350 million.
Yeah, that investors said they're going to invest in it.
Yeah,
and get it. I mean, we're really behind the 8 ball in terms of infrastructure. And I tell you something, Lance, as I was saying to someone, it is not just football, you know. We don't have adequate infrastructure in terms of track and field and netball and all of those things. And we are so good at sports, but we do not have it. You know, I mean, in terms of track and field, because you have more private people making money out of it. They develop their own things, but we really do not have the facilities for.
I would hope that it wouldn't stop there. You know, it wouldn't really stop at at the stadiums. I'm not sure what the influence is or what the budget is if the GFF can go around the country because I know the source of the talent comes from the high school. Because the bottom line, I live in New York, and I went to a college soccer game. And when you look at the pitch, man, I was so impressed. And I said to myself, this is just a college soccer game. And that pitch was so good. I mean, the grass was manicure. I mean, you kick the ball, and when you look at the trajectory, everything was, the way the ball just run on the pitch was like first class. I'm just saying overall, if we can sort of develop a culture or some kind of a maintenance culture, go to the high school and say, okay, we can't solve everything with money, but find a way to maintain the pitch. I'm not sure.
That take money.
Well, I know, but I'm sure if we start somewhere and, if you get it up to a certain standard, it shouldn't be that difficult to maintain.
Yeah, but Lance,
little by little.
I tell you something though. The major problem with Jamaica is that Jamaica is a poor country, right? Because if you are in government now, Lance, and you have the choice between developing a football pitch and feeding the people in St. Elizabeth who were ravaged by the hurricane.
All right. No, I have a good example, Carla. So one of the pitches that we trained at is Southwestern University in Austin.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Is in Austin? I think it is in Austin. In Austin, all right? But it is in the area of Austin where a lot of the people of the island do stuff. So you said that facility...
You mean in Texas, right?
In Texas.
Austin, Texas.
Austin. And then we played in we trained at one in Houston. You see when you Southwestern University in Austin, and that is a Division 3 school. You see the gym and the changing room and the field and all of those things, even the field that we trained at in Houston. Like, it's a high school, and I'm telling you, the facilities and the surface, I have not seen anything like that in the entire Caribbean.
Right. Yes.
So the point I'm making, though, that is not done by the government. No. If you look now at the people who live in that community and the kids who go to those schools, like those people are 2-parent or 3-parent or 10 parents.
Well, I can understand. Yes. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to take a pie out of the sky. I kind of recognize that we're doing a little better economically, but I'm hoping that we will put that on our priority, because the bottom line is when you train on these pitches, if the pitches if the ball don't run smooth and you have to kick the ball kind of slow just to control the ball, we get players that play slow or players that play the ball in the air. It really affects the development of the player. So the pitch is very important. I'm looking from a developmental perspective, So this is why I said I think that's where it starts.
Lance, you're spot on. And that is one of the reasons why the better players will get from overseas. Because they have the facility.
When we get players from overseas, we gotta have something, the basic in our facility. They can say, okay, I don't mind playing on that pitch, but I mean, if they come and the pitch is bad, they might not even want to come back. You understand? That could be one of the reasons why, when we invite players, they might not want to come because the pitch is so bad.
To be fair, though, I will say this. The National Stadium pitch, when we played against Canada that day, it was good. When we played against Dominican Republic, the field itself.
The field, Arnett Gardens has a good pitch.
Yeah.
Which we train on.
Infrastructure around it, like the changing rooms and the showers and just those other aspects of the stadium, the lighting, right? The getting in and out of the stadium, like those other things around it, but the surface itself. If you don't have no major event or track and field on it, the surface itself is good.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
The other comment that I want to make is that I'm going to be real quick. You know what I mean? I would like Mr. Charles chiming on this. But I remember you had Mr. Speed on. I can't remember Manny's Man if it was your show, but I spoke to Mr. Speed. And my thing was the way we play. I was talking about coach and the style of play. and everything. And when we play, we seem like we have a very, very, almost like a fear when we play against teams like Mexico or teams that have very good possession skills. And Mr. Speed's suggestion was, if we try to play an open game with them or attack soccer and bring the game to them, they will kill us because they're such good ball handlers. I want to say this. Just looking back at Copa, I disagree because we were kind of playing very tentative against some of these teams, very tentatively against the South Americans, and they still seem as if they dominate the game. They press us at every occasion they got, but we, with the exception of Ecuador, I think I had this discussion with you before, man is man. With the exception of Ecuador, we were just defending and waiting for the counter. Now, I'm saying, I think once it was Steve Buckler who said that we have to play with our strength. And our strength in speed, flair, and the Jamaican people, they are known throughout the world as aggressive people. A lot of people with a lot of flair. We have to have that. Our style of play is supposed to reflect our personality. And I'm saying this because now we're about to get a new coach. And Mr. Chong, I already said, okay, depending on the players that we have, we need to get a coach. But I kind of beg to differ a little with that. I said that, we have not really, when we look at the way we need to develop, we have not really sat down and analyzed the program and try to figure out which direction we want to go. And to start from ground zero is the development. And I said that look at the style of play that we want. Look at the way our South Americans play. Look at the way our Central Americans play. Look at the way our successful teams around the world play. The Man City, the Barcelonas, even the Chelseas. Short passes, very fluid soccer, possession soccer, a team game, the way they play. And then we have to look at Jamaicans and say, okay, this is how the world is playing right now. And we got to get a coach who can coach us like that. I'm saying this because Mr. Chang, you said you look at the players and then we decide what coach we have.
Yeah,
I really think
Lance, let me just say this.
Yeah.
That was my view, personal view.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a technical person. And I'll tell you what I tell management and the coach and everybody, right? I said, boy, technical committee, your job, find the coach, right? When the coach come, I said to him and I said to management, listen, this is what you guys want. I'm going to give it to you. I don't care what you do. I'm sure you win.
Right. No, I agree. That's why I spoke to Mr. Speed.
Yeah, man.
I'm not really pointing finger at you, Mr. Chong, but I'm just saying you are the one on the program right now, so I have to really vent to you. I really think that we have to say, okay, this is the style of play. Because, the complaint that we have from the fans, the fans want to see, like, this is a team, that everything is coordinated. Yeah. Yes.
Land, as individual, as a personal thing, I think you're making some very good comments. But I can't comment on that in my capacity. You understand?
Bicycling right now.
I understand.
Bicycling right
now. I understand. But
a bicycling. Seriously, a bicycling right. You say they come on cycling, they money a top cycler in Jamaica. Football. Understand me? Yeah.
Man, I need to go in bed now. Don't bother argue duty. Just go in bed.
But you understand where I'm coming. That's a comment I want to make. I just want that to really consider those. Look at the personality of the Jamaican people and said, okay, I remember once, Mr. Charles, you came on a program and said your favorite player is Ravel. And when Ravel touched the ball, he kind of tug at the soul of the Jamaican people. This is what we want to see. And that's also my favorite player. You understand? So, I know you're not a technical, you're not on the technical committee. But, I'm sure you might have a little influence. You can speak to them. And the next coach might consider those factors.
Next thing I gotta tell you that, yes, Lance, and then you hear tomorrow in the paper that, boy, the Gen Second getting involved in technical committee. So, no.
You don't have to comment. You know. All right.
Yeah, man,
That's the last thing. Mr. Chong, I met you before, you know. I met you in Montego a while back, you know what I mean?
Okay.
We share the same profession. I don't know if you remember. You
you're an accountant.
Huh? Yes.
You're an accountant.
I remember that conversation.
Yeah, man. I remember now.
Yeah.
Well, that's why you sound saying. That's why it makes so much sense because you're an accountant, unlike certain
Well,
people
it's
won't spend it.
interesting when you say I smile when you say you don't base on emotion. And let me just say one thing, and I'll make an appeal to the Jamaican folks. Don't jump to conclusion. It bothers me when somebody talk about government and corruption and the GFF is corrupt and they don't have. It bothers me. If you're gonna say this is incompetence or what is? I mean, what proof do you have? You know, this is an appeal, and I'm appealing to Jamaican people. Don't shout out fire and you don't have any kind of facts. You understand? This is something that you just mentioned. You don't talk to emotion. You know, I smile when I made that statement because I'm an accountant, and that's the way I think. You know what I mean? If you come to me and come up with something very sensational and want me to believe, I walk away from you. If you said, okay, this is a fact, if you can point me to where that is, then I will start believing you are listening to you. But I like your approach. You know, just keep it like that. And I like your coming on this program and make it transparent. And hopefully we can win the fans over. Or people are interested in the program. Because the thing is this, Jamaican society, I think based on our history, we are very skeptical about authority. So this is why we come up with all these wild statements without any kind of proof. But
we don't like authority.
No, we don't. We make statements even though we don't have the facts. So, but when you're doing it right now, you come and talk to us. Even Mr. Speed, I think ultimately, I guess we can win the Jamaican people.
But you know, Speed is a chartered accountant also.
I know that, and he sound like one too. You know, when Mr. Speed come on the program, he does sound like one.
Careful, Mr. Chong, because they have a way that they say that no, it's three of you in the accounting. They say the three card men. You know, you understand me? So be careful that the three of your accountant, because that's a very, what I would say, infamous utterance in YouTube, you know. You understand? So be careful that you're making mention that all three of you in the same accounting field, lest it be used as part of the talking on the platform. But thank you, Lance. Good to have your input.
Okay. All right, Mr. Chong. All right. Take care, man. All right. Good.
Yeah, man. All right, Mr. Chong. Yeah, man. Have a good night as well, Mr. Chong. We're going to allow it to run so I can allow T got to finish off with the big, because it's a big ending. But thank you, Mr. Chong. And we look forward to hearing when a new coach is appointed. Yeah, man. I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, man. All right, T-Got. Cool. Yeah.
All right. So T-Got, big ending, man.
Well,
go ahead.
Me done because Mr. Speed skip and dance and
me and Mr. Speed. Mr. Speed.
Yeah, Mr. Chong skip dance and side questions and put
me.
You of course.
T-Got, I asked the question you were asking. How me skip the question?
No, but the question that I was asking, the question that I know you put it right, but the question I was asking was the coach approach you saying, "Can I get this?" Although it wasn't in the contract. And he said, I meant all contract. I'm just asking the same because were you approached by the coach then? And the following question was, because the observer said the coach did traveling and give the expense to the JFF, and the JFF said, them not paid.
The observer said the coach traveled.
Yeah, the coach.
Like he the coach, the observer said, all right, so the article in the Observer said the coach traveled from Iceland to Jamaica and the JFF did not cover his flight. Let me find it. That's what they said.
I was reading it. Hold on a second.
Read it for us, T-Got.
Hold on. All right. All right. First of all, when we that talk about the
no,
meeting,
man. No, hey,
well,
not
no,
first.
man. Everything, because I have the thing in front of me.
Tiga, just listen. Wait, just listen.
All right, fine. I'm listening.
All I'm saying, before you say anything, just read the thing for the audience and for me, no. That's all. Okay. Just read it.
Okay. All right. The coach is also disappointed that his expense are not being covered by the JFF whenever he travels to Europe to recruit players for the national team. A JFF insider did, however, contended that the reimbursement cannot be issued without prior approval of travel.
So, was the expense for the travel or other expenses? What did he buy the ticket to travel, or was he speaking about other expenses?
No, I don't want. I'm just saying what I don't know what he did. The article said, but you can ask me what was it?
That is the point I'm making. Tiga, but what you said initially and what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You're asking hypothetical question like
no, you're not listening to Tigat. You're not listening to Tigat. You're not listening. What I am saying to you is that your initial statement was about travel, meaning his airfare. That's what I'm saying. So let's separate that. It is not airfare that article is speaking to. Because Tigat, how many times did the JFF send the coach to recruit players there? Remember in the discussion, we spoke about the fact that he traveled on the JFF expense over to England when he met with the Irish board about the job. That was said on the program in Tigat.
What? This program here?
Yes, tonight. Yes.
You said that. You said that. But I was going to ask a question.
No. When it was said, no, the question was asked of Mr. Chong. I put that to him as one of the things that because of when the whole thing started. And not that time was the same time when he traveled to meet with players. And it was the JFF and the coach had done an interview where the JFF has sent him there. That is how the database was created. So what I am thinking the article is saying, Tigat, which we don't know because it is saying that inside, it didn't say the coach say.
Right.
Not quoting the coach.
Yeah, that's why I was asking. Yeah, you're not right. That's why the question I was asking if he was approached. I'm not going to what the article is. I was asking if he was approached. All I need was a yes or no answer. And it's simple by saying that everything in the contract was
all right, let me ask you this. I have a big question for you, Tiga. This is a big ending.
Nobody asked for the question.
No, man, I want to ask you. So, you wanted the coach to stay?
If I wanted the coach to stay?
Yes.
I never have a problem with the coach, brother.
No, I never asked. Tigat, what did I ask you? Did I ask you about a problem with the coach?
If I wanted to, and I answer you, I never have a problem with the coach.
But Tigat, I didn't ask you about a problem with the coach.
Right. I never have a problem. I don't have a problem with the coach.
Tigat, listen to the question I'm asking you.
And I answer you.
No, all right.
Did you hear my answer? Just like I can't get a yes or no answer. Why you want me to give you
from me? Answer? Ask me and I'll give you a yes or no answer. Ask me.
I'm gonna tell you, I never have a problem with the coach.
So Tigat, you and I are having a conversation. Whatever yes or no you did not get from Mr. Chong, that's you and him. What I'm asking you is that did you want the coach to stay and continue coaching the job, or you were at the point where you believe that a next coach, a better coach, can bring us further? That's all I'm asking you.
Well, that can be answered when the other coach is appointed. Okay. Then I'll answer your question.
Okay, so if the other coach is a coach of your liking, you are going to say it is you'd have wanted.
No, you tell me what I'm saying. I said that question will answer when the other coach is appointed. Don't tell me what I'm going to say.
All right, so you wanted the coach to stay?
Yeah, if me wanted the coach to stay, I said that will answer when the other coach is appointed. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying to you.
Yes, no, all right. You see the problem, though, T-God?
No, there's no problem.
Here's the thing.
The other one of me the ask, right? The other one of the ask, that's according to the paper. All right. The other question I ask, so I ask about meeting. It is the paper saying, right? When contacted, the chairman of the JFF technical committee, Mr. Rudolph Speed, would not be drawn in any direct comment on the matter, but noted that a normal procedure that involves post-tournament audit of technical performance will be exercised in short order. As usual, this is a quote now from, as usual, following the competition of a Jamaica involvement in a tournament.
The
Technical committee.
T-God, just read the thing again so we can hear though. As usual.
Okay. Yeah, as usual, following the competition
the completion.
Yeah, following the completion. Yeah, as usual, following the completion of a Jamaica's involvement in a tournament, the technical committee will meet and assess the performance, considered the recommendations Speed told the Jamaica Observer when quizzed on Saturday. So the question I'm gonna ask if
T-God, this way I just read honestly. Me don't know if, but where you just read, me think me have to read it for myself because where you just read, me not really totally get it. But go ahead and ask a question.
All right. So I was going to ask, why would there be an assessment of the tournament if the main job for the coach is to qualify for the 2026 World Cup?
Oh Jesus, T-God, you're really T-God. Hold on, T-God, you're asking why would the coach after a tournament? Because every tournament, every game, every series of game, a coach present their technical report. Every game, every tournament, World Cup qualify.
But I'm saying the coach job, hold on now. The coach job was to get us to the 2026 World Cup qualification. All these other tournaments he's playing is just like preparation to get us there. So why would you have an assessment after a tournament?
The
assessment should have been after the two games that was played against Domrek and Dominican Republic.
So T-God, you go assess those games, you assess your Gold Cup, you assess your Nation League, you assess all your games. Listen, T-God.
That's not what the point is saying.
T-God,
that's not what the point is.
T-God,
T-God,
here's the thing, T-God. Here's the thing. Here's how you have conversation. You talk, people listen, and then when it's their time to talk, you talk on top of them.
All right, talk, man.
So now, man, I am done talking. We have a call online. Jason.
Yeah, man, in one. All right, me soon get to see God, right? But me hear something tonight when say him go pick they want a coach for the player them play, right? And that is a thing which was that's wrong. And the coach them, and the player them, supposed to fit the coach playing style. So if a coach come, if a player come maximal, then they move to another player. You get me?
Yeah. Agree, because he did also say though that he's not a technical person. So I agree with you.
Yeah, and that made me feel like if Speed have that in their mind, Speed wrong. That's something that they feel them.
So we'll have Speed on tomorrow and ask Speed. We don't need to speculate. We can ask him. Tomorrow we can ask him. That Mr. Chong said it, and then Mr. Chong said him not a technical person. So him don't want to answer, and then people go say, Mr. Chong, you see it? Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm going to go to T-God now. T-God needs to get fire up around the football.
Who? Who you saying?
T-God.
Which T-God you talk?
The one on the funny show right now.
No, man, this is not the real T-God, you know.
He said, I don't want T-God to play football.
No, this is not it. No, this is not the T-God that play football, you know.
I know.
Oh.
And that's say he needs to get fire up around the football.
T got to answer that himself. Man, T got come for you, no boss. Careful now, you know. T got.
Anytime what T got for the program, I'll be a stutter and stutter.
Okay. T got is right here. He's listening to you. He's going to respond.
No, Carl, I'm not really stutter step, but sometimes they just, yeah, man, that's how it go.
T got, you to me, you come like you live in a different world. You see me? And I'm call you to the T got. So it's cool.
Yeah, man, call me out. Yeah, man, call me out.
So the coach come to your studio. You know, you hide your content.
He's not coming to my studio. He's coming to management, a two studio. Him coming to management studio and T got studio.
Management takes time I get call out to, you know. Look management I get call out, you know.
I get call out.
You know, your people that say, management, take your feelings, put your feelings aside. You know, people say management that smally.
Bossy, no matter what we say, the people them just think. But all right, we have an next caller calling in. But big up yourself, Jason.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Man, he got get fired. He got nothing to run the football.
All right, boss. Yeah, man. Tigat, somebody saying that you are saying that Tapa should come back and coach a team. Is that true? In Tigat, that is true?
The original Tigat Davis said that.
Oh, the original Tigat Davis.
Yeah,
okay. Not you. Caller, welcome to the show. Final call for the night. Make it worth it, no? Because we know a Tigat you call to talk to. Not Manningsman.
No. I didn't call for a blaze of fire upon Tigat. But that's one. I wanted to speak to Mr. Chong for a minute, but he hopped off before I got a chance.
Sorry about that.
Oh, not a problem. For the last caller, I disagree with that caller when he said that we need to find players to suit the coach style of playing. This is not club football where we can fly around the world and find the best suited players. This is country football. You only have a subset of players. So you have to find a coach to fit your subset of players.
Yeah.
So that's why I disagree with him on
good
that
point.
take.
That's a good point you're making.
Yeah. But the other one, what I wanted to ask a couple questions because everyone is saying the JFF doesn't have money. The JFF doesn't have money. I want to know, management, and perhaps you can answer me this. What kind of entity is the JFF? Is it a non-profit organization? Is it a for-profit organization? Is it a private entity? What's the formation of the JFF?
It's registered as a limited liability company, but because it's a national program, I think they get subvention from government. I think they had that from the SDF, and I think also there are ways that they can benefit through government programs in bringing stuff in. So I think all the national associations, kind of does that. But I know it's registered as a limited liability company.
Liability company.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, that's why I wanted to talk to the accountants, because the accountants knows figures. And a limited liability company, it's a private entity.
Private, right. But though they are private, because it is national, there has to be some level of public. I don't know public. Is it engagement? I know it's not partnership, but it's just like you can have the hospital. Like though St. Andrew's Memorial is a private hospital, they could get in problems if they don't treat a patient who comes in for help as a public person, kind of a thing. So though you're private, you still have a social public responsibility that makes you private public. I don't know how to explain it, but that's what I believe.
I don't know. Perhaps here in America they have something similar. It will be called like a fraternal. Well, it will be like I don't remember the term for that now, but perhaps that's the case. But the point that I was trying to make is, in a public entity, in a private entity, the way you raise capital is by selling shares. Jamaica has one of the top stock market in the world right now. If the JFF bring some shares to market, they could raise a lot of capital to get all of these projects done. I'm sick and tired of hearing that. Yeah, I thought about it and I was like, yeah, I would like to ask those accountants what they think about that. And on a further note, the National Stadium is a public entity. It's a public entity is a public gathering space for the Jamaican public. If the JFF...
No. Like, this is what I don't understand. This is why I need somebody to explain it to me, because though it is the National Stadium, it is managed by Independence Park Limited. So it is not like the national team. I know they pay up to $3 million to use it. $3 million. Yeah. So it is.
But it's controlled by the government.
It is
because it's a public park.
It is government owned but managed by Independence Park Limited.
Yeah, but because the JFF is a private entity, that's why they have to pay to use it. So that's where the crossfire is. But what I'm saying is the JFF need to raise capital and build their own stadium, develop their own pitches, and the way to go about doing that is you got to sell shares.
Well, somebody
to
just
investors.
Said XLR8 Sports says it technically operates as a non-profit based on the operational business structure. The federation can't get listed on the market.
But no, I don't want to hear technicalities. What is it registered as? If it's registered as an LLC, it is an LLC. So if it's a non-profit, then you could keep fundraisers and then you'll have donations from companies, and those donations can be tax written off.
And here's the next big thing.
So there's
someone also said that. Remember that the JFF is a MA, which is a member association of a bigger association called FIFA. So they have to also operate not just within the guidelines of Jamaica, but within the guidelines of FIFA. Are there other teams in the world that are on stock markets?
Look, not every team in the world, not every federation is an LLC. Canada doesn't operate as an LLC.
Tell me one nation that you know where you see this mud out there.
I was looking into the British, American, Canada. None of them operate as an LLC. Okay. I didn't find one as yet. So that is why I was like, I'm trying to wrap my head around how the hell can we to be swearing. But you know, how the heck does Jamaica has an LLC as a private organization for the national brand? Either we need to restructure it or something. But if it's a private entity, it sure can be listed, because under the governance of business, you're a private entity. The stock market, that's where private entities go to raise capital. That is how you fund private entities, by selling shares in common stock.
Yeah, listen, I love
that's
the idea.
Business 101.
I think there has to be a way of raising capital. I think that just this year, the new marketing company 876 Stream has come on board. I'm hoping that they can probably look into some of this, because I think it is. I agree with you that the federation should be able to raise money to do certain things, you know, maybe buy land and stuff and own.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree with you. I agree, but how it can be done in the context of how they are registered and all of that, I don't know. I'm not an expert in that. I have to ask like CC, who is into,
yes.
Yeah, so maybe CC.
That is why I missed talking to that guy tonight. Yeah. That's why I wanted to talk. I love the conversation and all, but that's my pet peeve. I'm gonna sit back, enjoy the rest of the show. Seems like you're going to your bed, man. You can't.
Yeah.
People want to call and talk. Big up yourself.
All right, bless him.
Bless.
Yeah, man. Before you close, can you Can you confirm that Marion Garden is an official assistant for the senior national team? Some people took me on to say that he was just put there to learn, but isn't he? He is so John Wall is the first assistant. Marion was the second assistant, but he was also put there to learn as well. All right, so he was put there to learn, but his title would be assistant coach. Yeah. All right. T-Got.
Here.
Oh, you drop asleep.
Nah, man.
Yeah, so what I'm saying, T-Got, is
the US versus Canada basketball.
Oh. What I'm saying in a T-Got is this. The coach, like, so when you talk about the coach has done a lot, and I think like he has set a good foundation. For me personally, and just this is me. This is my personal thing. In retrospect, I think this could have been handled differently. I believe that there was a level of frustration with the coach. Whether it is justified or not, there was an obvious frustration. Yes, and I think the frustration is when he says environment, I think he's talking about everything from every aspect of the national program and even aspects of Jamaica as a nation. And I made mention of some of that and people are giving me a hard time. I think just some of the cultural things, how people are, was an issue. All right. Yeah, there were also frustration with how things are done. When it come from you, and I'm going to give you an example. I just had always have conversation with people who are coming back to Jamaica to help because when they come back to Jamaica after many years, I think they forget how Jamaica is, and I had to save somebody. So during the whole hurricane, a lot of people did not have ice because they don't have any electricity, they don't have any water. So the ice trucks would come and leave like ice at the gas stations.
Yes,
and
ice, yes.
Yeah, people don't business. People just want to buy them ice in the business who line up and all of that, right? And so this person, coming back to Jamaica, oh God, they're so unruly, and why they can't be in a line, and you just need to listen. And now you're getting served, and I also like saying, no, listen, you're not going to be served. I understand, and you're totally right. This should be done decently and in order. But how you're going on right now, nobody is going to help you. What? And then they were taking on me. All of you are the same, and all of you are the same, including me now. All right? And you know what I had to do, CC? I had to get ice and give to her, because I'm used to the place. So I got the ice and actually said, listen, here is ice and stuff. Because I know, and I say that Jamaica can be a very difficult place to adjust to, just because of how things operate. When you come from a place where everything is done decently and in order, right? When someone says 5 o'clock, it's 5 o'clock. All right. So when you look at the coach, it's context, all of those things, right? When you say, listen, CC are talking to you, you talk to CC, and that information don't spread. If I have some personal messages with you and stuff, I know that it won't get exposed. Jamaica is not like that. You know, man, vex, every message you send him gone out the road. So like, I think a lot of those things are also issues, but he obviously felt like there were other issues within his workspace. All right. Yes. No, I'm saying that is fine. And I'm saying it is fine that you have a job in the bag. It is fine that you take a job. I am saying though, given that it could come across to people like the performance of the team in the Copa, people could walk away believing that a lot of this, how it was, the changes that were made at the time that they were made, some of the decisions that were made, some people are going to look at it and they're going to say, listen, you're throwing the towel on us. It's like you went there to not have us play good. Some people are going to look at it like that.
Yeah, well, that is true. That is
People
true.
are going to say things.
No, I said I was saying, I was speaking, and a lot of people is trying to, all right, they're trying to go as far back when the coach came and when the coach was playing, and when they said the coach stopped coaching Jamaica team, they were trying to make a reference when the coach stopped coaching Jamaica team. They're also making reference when the coach said the interview him do the food, same like Jamaica food and all those stuff. And everybody was trying to make it reference, the housing thing come up and everything. And I'm saying to them, I said to them, man, listen, I said to them, I've been living here for more than 13 years. And I don't like American food. I don't like American food. So there's nothing wrong if the coach saying don't like Jamaican food. There's nothing wrong with that if the coach say I don't like Jamaican food.
No, but Tigat. No, Tigat. Nothing is wrong. We're not liking the food.
Right.
But when the food mean a lot to the people, saying it in a public interview is going to rub some people wrong.
No, but you understand that. I understand that. But you can't make that be a discussion to the coach over one stay at Jamaica. Because
but Tigat, do you understand though that to some people, right? If you say, boy, I don't like how the people operate. I don't like the food. I don't like driving. I don't like the feel.
Everything. That's what I talk about the discussion.
But what I'm saying, what I am saying is that a lot of people are putting all of those things together, and I am saying, I understand why they feel the way that they feel. Here is what Tigat. You feel like they should not feel that way.
Yeah.
No, but you can't tell the people them how to feel, Tigat.
No, you know what I mean? You know what I tell them for though? The man do him job. The man do him job. We have 6 points on the board. And I say, yo, the man do him job. All right. What if
so what you're saying? What you're saying, Tigat? What you're saying, Tigat? No, Tigat. You keep going to this World Cup. Tigat. Me have to stop you. Because you keep going back to this World Cup thing as if the only thing that the coach was supposed to do was focus on the 12 games to the World Cup in the 4 years.
That's what they said he was for. That's what they said he was here for. That's what they said when they were unveiling the coach. That's what they said. He wasn't here for football development. He wasn't here for youth structure. His main goal was the 26 and the 2026.
Tigat. If you listen to yourself, Tigat. If you listen to yourself, Tigat, you realize that you're contradicting your very self. You know what you just said?
Yeah.
You just said that his main goal was to qualify us to the World Cup.
That's what they said.
Tigat, let me say it again. Listen to, let me say it slowly. You said this. His main goal was to qualify us to the World Cup.
Okay.
All right. So, do you know that you have a main goal in life?
Okay.
But there are other things that are still goals that are not the main one.
Okay.
It was not the only one. It was the main one.
Okay.
Can you understand the difference, Tigat?
Yeah, okay.
That is what the people have been trying to tell you, but you now listen to the people, Tigat.
No. You put additive to it.
You just said the main goal. You just said the main goal.
Una put additive to it.
No, Tigat, all I did, Tigat.
It's like they're fine print. It's like
all I did.
Hold on. It's like they're fine print in the contract. And
Tigat, all I did with Tigat, we're talking about this one thing. All I did, Tigat, is took what you just said. You said his main goal. I agree with you. Tigat, I agree with you, Tigat.
No, you can't agree with me.
Now listen to Tigat. I agree with you that the next coach that comes in, the coach that was here, Paul Hall, Theodore Whitmore, with Schaefer, their main goal was to get us to the World Cup. That is the main goal. But there are many other smaller stuff that are expected on the way to the main goal. One of my vision, Tigat, in life is to own 10 homes. 10 Tigat. All right. But you know, say Tigat, before me get to the 10 homes, probably we need to get a good education so we can have a good job or start a good business. So there are other small things that going to cause me to get to the big thing. You are saying that nothing else never matter at all. All that matters.
That's what they said. That's what they said.
Tigat,
Don't tell me nobody said that. Don't tell me nobody said that.
Give me, send it to me right now. Tigat, give me the everybody here. Who said it?
People don't say the management.
Who said it? Who said it?
Management, you know what? I'm done.
Who? No. More you start. Who said it? Who said it?
At 12 o'clock, no, I'm done. I'm done.
Tigat, who said it?
Management, I'm done.
Who said it?
Management, I'm done.
Tomorrow my show. Tomorrow my show is going to be titled Tigat. Tell me who said it.
No. We're done, management. We're done.
Tigat. Who said the only Tigat, who said the only thing the coach is supposed to do was to get us to the World Cup? Who said it? Nothing else. That is the only thing. Who said it, Tigat? Just tell me.
Manager, I'm done.
Who said it? So Speed said, so me have asked Mr. Speed tomorrow now. So Rudolph Speed said, the coach had
Hold on. Yeah, okay. Somebody said, me never said.
Don't call me name.
Okay.
All right, so Baggio and Jason said, and TikTok said, Speed said, the only... Hey, caller, you're live on here and I Am Sure Sports, you know. You want to hang up or you want to talk?
I want to talk.
All right, welcome to the show.
Because I'm listening to this crazy guy. Oh, him get that name Tiga. Eh? I have never heard so much crap in one sentence. Even if Jesus did say the man come free only carry out to the World Cup, he must just put on blinkers and just play the 12 qualifying matches. How would you prepare the team for to qualify for the World Cup?
Brother, all right.
This
Let me
guy's
ask you a
crazy.
question. No, hold on. Let me ask you a question. If you get a contract to build a house with no windows, would you put in windows in the house? I just build a house.
You're talking foolishness, Carla.
We're not talking foolish. If you get a contract to do something,
let me demonstrate. Let me demonstrate to you. Let me demonstrate to you. Let me demonstrate to you how your argument is full of crap.
Tigat, hold on.
Answer my question.
Tigat.
And that's, yo, brother, stop being disrespectful because I don't know you. And you're being disrespectful.
You don't need to know me, but you're listening to the program and hear the foolishness when you're talking.
Tigat, you asked the question.
What this guy is saying,
the man is hold on. The man is going to answer the question, Tigat. The man says foolishness you're talking. The man never say you're a fool, Tigat. He says you're talking foolishness. He's going to answer the question. Because your question is, if you get a contract to build a house and the man said, don't put no window in there. Because me don't know how this have to do with Hal Grimson contract, because nobody never tell Hal Grimson.
But if you get a contract to build a house and the owner say don't put no window in there, don't put no window in it. Is there any possible way to qualify a team for a World Cup without playing any practice match? Or any friendly internationals? Tell me, because what this guy is saying is that you don't need those.
So Jamaica should not
or don't play in any competition. And I heard him earlier saying another stupidness management, saying that if they shouldn't have a report on the Nations League and the Gold Cup and how can you assess what is happening if you don't do all those development? Because you are preparing for the World Cup and all these are part and parcel of qualifying for the World Cup.
You play,
tell the man to don't call himself Tigat again, man. Disrespect the name Tigat. I wouldn't even tell you where he must got. But the crazy man. Oh, you're going to qualify for the World Cup if only the World Cup qualifying matches are going to play.
Yeah.
I want him to answer that.
You hear the question, Tigat?
This man is a madman, man.
All right, respect all of him.
It was unfortunate that people have to be listening to this. Have a good night here, sir.
Thank you, boss. T-Gat, you get silent for me, sir. T-Gat, get silent for me, so we're going to end the show here, sir. You're not answering. And he gave no answer.
Right now, I'm training my proof.
You're training
proof. So, I'm showing my proof. I'm going to read my proof and tell you who said what the coach is here to do. It said more than one. And you hear it more than one time. You're being a hypocrite, man.
T-Gat.
I'm telling you.
T-Got.
You're being a hypocrite. Right now, you're being a hypocrite.
You see the man just say, you see the man just call the things, say you talk foolish, you say you vex, I know, you see you call me name.
No, man, you're being a hypocrite.
All right, T-Got, this is what I'm asking you, T-Got. T-Got, listen what I'm asking you. Just listen what I'm asking you, T-Got. T-Got, is it practical? Right?
Don't tell me if it's practical.
Lord have mercy.
Don't tell me if it's practical. It was said. Don't ask me if it's practical. It was said.
But you're not giving me a chance, T-Got. All right,
let me tell you. Let me give you a word for word. It was said, even on your show, that the coach's main job was to get to the World Cup.
Yes, T-Got. The coach's main job is to get to the World Cup. It don't mean the other thing don't matter. Nobody's denying that his main job is to get us to the World Cup. Who said no? We are saying yes, T-Got, that is true. That is the main goal. But if the coach cannot not play Nation League, the coach cannot not play in the Gold Cup, the coach cannot not play a friendly game, the coach cannot not play in the Copa and say, I am just here for the World Cup. So until 2025, we're not going to do anything else. No, I want me to get Speed on tomorrow because you are telling me that is what Speed is communicating to the people of Jamaica. That the
I tell you, Speed said that. You're telling lying me no. I tell you, Speed said that.
Oh, so who said it then?
Speed said that.
Who said it?
Me, Speed said that.
All right, I retract that.
No,
who said
me
it?
ask that question.
No, you didn't. No, you're right. You didn't say it. The people in the comment section.
So why you telling lying me now?
No, I'm not. All right, the people.
Of course you are. Don't tell me no. You just said. Don't tell me no.
T-Got.
You just said no. So don't tell me no.
T-Got. People, my apologies.
You're lying, man.
People,
you're lying on me.
People, I'm not lying on you, sir. You're in your house with your wife. I'm not lying on you, sir. You're in your house with your wife. I'm not lying on you. People, it wasn't T-Got who said.
Let me never call you out.
People.
Let me never call you out.
People, it was people in the comment section who said it. So let me ask you, T-Got, your understanding from the coach main job is to qualify us to the World Cup. Is your understanding of that is that nothing else should be done except World Cup qualify? Is that your understanding? Yes or no, sir?
I try and find the thing, you know.
T-Got, just answer my question, man.
No, I'm not answering a question because it's my focus.
All right, we're going to end the show because T-Got not answering the question, so. All right, so T-Got, listen, we're going to end the show because you say you're not answering more questions. You say you're not answering more questions. So,
tomorrow, mate.
Yeah,
well, tomorrow, me give you what was reported at the beginning of Coach Grimson tenure.
All right, but what I'm saying, T-Got, the next coach.
No, you are at things. Well, the JFF, so you're JFF, so
T-Got.
Yeah. You're part of the JFF team, so you're not going to say whatever.
T-Got. So the next coach who comes and take up the job, his main job is to get us to the World Cup. However, I want you to understand we have Nations League games in September that when we finish playing Cuba and then we go to Honduras. Those games must be assessed about his preparation and his performance. There must be assessment. Because while we want to go to the World Cup, it is important that the coach get us performing well in the Nations League. It does not mean, Tigat, that the coach stops everything so that he can focus on the World Cup alone. What it means?
That was said. That the coach
that was said. Yes, if you're saying if
main focus was to qualify for.
But Tigat, you keep on saying the same thing. Main focus.
Any other thing would be like bonus, like winning the Gold Cup, qualifying for the Copa, but the coach's main focus was to get us to the 2026 World
So
Cup.
here's what I agree with other people. Here's the thing. I am not going to fire the coach if the coach loses the Nations League, we come third. The coach don't get fired because we didn't win Copa America. You understand that, Tigat? But when the World Cup, if we don't qualify, but however, you have to assess the coach performance in Copa. You have to assess the coach performance in Gold Cup. You have to assess the coach performance in Nations League because those matter too. While the decision is left upon the World Cup qualifiers. That's what we're trying to tell you, CC. So nobody's saying that the main focus is not the World Cup. We are saying, yes, it is. But the other things are important as well because you have to play games. You get that, sir? So I agree. I agree with your TikTok. I agree with you that the team looked good. The team was coming on and thing. So because how this sound is like the JFF fired the coach. The coach was not fired.
It was heading that way, but the coach smelled the rat and just say, yo.
Based on what? All right. No, Tigat, you're giving us some revelation, man. With
the observer, with how the observer was placing it, the long goodbye.
Huh?
The observer with the title, long goodbye. You understand? They were writing like the JFF was going to fire the coach.
No, the long goodbye is Hal Grimson saying goodbye. What Tigat, how you read? What the hell we're wrong with? Carla, welcome to the show. Me done. Tigat, me done.
You know what, man? I'll go to bed. Come here, wake up my kids.
Tigat, we have a caller want to talk to you. Tigat, we have a caller want to talk to you.
No, man, I don't want to talk to no caller.
Actually, you know who I call. Tigat, a bit just because you know who is calling you, I try run.
Who I call?
Who I call? You know who I call. Tell me the one person you think could be calling. Tell me the one. Hold on, Tigat.
Dennis, man, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Tigat,
right?
give me one name. Give me one name. Just give me a name. Who you think calling? Give me a name.
Cranky.
You think a Cranky? His name starts with P. Give me a name. P.
Paul.
Peter. Oh, Peter, welcome to the show.
Yeah, great.
Look for more management.
Him gone.
Yeah, I really want to clear up something. You know? After time, everybody asleep, you know, because it's late. But I hope him listening. I wanted to tell him, see, that Mr. Speed has said, even before Al Grimson, during Kappa days, that every window, there's an assessment done, but they wait for the coaching report, and then they do the assessment. So it's nothing new, right? And you know, basically, if a coach is hired to do, you know, get us to the World Cup, it doesn't mean that all the other things in between doesn't matter. It matters. So if the train is going off the track, you have to correct it. And so what he got to say, like the caller I said earlier, it don't make any sense. So like a madman talking. You know? So That's all I want.
You know that Peter. Yeah. Peter, I'm not staying with him here. But he made the phone down at this time. You know it's Peter.
What you say?
The article said the long goodbye. I can't understand Tigat. Reading the article, it said the long goodbye. It is about the coach resigning. And Tigat took from that that is an indication that the JFF was going to fire the coach. We don't understand how Tigat read the article talking about the coach's resignation and said that the article is suggesting. Me don't understand. Somebody have explained that to me. Maybe me can't. Maybe my comprehension skills are below par. So
yeah, man. He got this. I don't want to say it, because you tell me not to say it, but man, it's hard not to say it, man. He misinforms people. I don't know how I mean, the other day he made a phone call to you and you have to correct him several times on different things. And just keep misinforming. Read a piece of the article. I mean, even that thing about the coach going to, overseas and the GFF not paying coach. I mean, that is totally misinformed. If the GFF did not authorize the trip, then of course the coach can't be paid. You understand? You can't just say you're flying to England without telling your employer that you're going there on official business. So these are the kind of things I don't like with P guy. When he said things like that, you have to put it in context, and he doesn't. And sometimes I'm just totally misinformed and just talk loud and just,
You know what I need? I need to let somebody like interview me, because maybe what I need to do is to, like, I don't know the things that the people want to understand, so maybe I need to help them to understand something. Because what you just made a point, right? So a very valid point. So you can even do a legit thing and use your money to do it, and you don't get back your money. And it's not because it would be wrong for you to get it or you did anything wrong, but how the process works, because they just got audited by FIFA, and there's a next audit coming in.
Right.
You understand me? So sometimes it is because of those reasons why you may see, for example, you see 10 footballs and you buy it because you think the federation need 10 football. And some buy 10 football, and somebody said, well, it was not approved. And there's a process of approval for you. Yes, we need the football. Now that you have bought the football, you want back your money. You can keep the football, But know that we can keep the football as well. We can keep them, but we just can't give you no money for it because it didn't go through the approval process. But you have the ball, them.
Right.
So I think sometimes people don't understand that, Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the JFF is only an organization, but I would like it or not. I would like to criticize the JFF. I mean, there's still protocols that the coach has to follow. That's it. Yeah, so the coaches never get reimbursed or never get paid or travel overseas and the JFF. No, it was not approved prior to him going. So that's not like with TV, man. There's too much misinformation. Anyway, later money. I don't want to wake up the family.
Yeah, man. All right. Blessings. Cool. Yeah, man. All right. Cool. All right. I see I get big invitation to go over BAM TV for an interview. Maybe over there. Send your questions. Hey, send your questions, BAM TV. Come in on foolishness with you. Come see have lead over there and I'll be a laughing thing, ask leader the tough question. Like I must out and I miss so much youth. Which comment? This comment? If you go watch the interview, the man. Who you interview? Who? Oh, me ain't work at the same place, boss. I can co-worker you talk about. Me ain't work at the same place. You talk about. You and I don't work at the same place, boss. So I don't know what kind of co-worker. You work in a place where you take money. I work in a place where we give money. Yes, sir. Welcome to the show. Come from under the bed, sir.
I'm not under any bed. But for your information, so before the interview, Lee and I had a conversation.
Yes.
And he was not willing to talk much about his current role in the federation.
Okay.
So, out of respect for him and his preference, I decided to not ask too many questions about the role, save and except questions about the surface on the surface. Like,
all right, so let's see if we can talk about what is going on at church, sir.
Come on, no problem. Another thing.
Yes.
I've given the people a warning and I spoke to Mr. Speed today.
Yes.
And he said, Mr. Speed said his daughter is a lawyer. And she's compiled a file.
Did Mr. Speed tell you to say this, sir? You're a liar and compiling file.
No,
don't say nothing. Don't make my channel go on the file in a boss.
No man. I'm just telling people that towards the end of the interview, that's what he said. So if you don't want to hear the rest, you know where to find it. But just to note.
Oh, so you mean so Mr. Speed did an interview on your channel?
Yes, today.
Today? Oh, he's a co-worker you're talking about?
No, I interviewed Ryan after.
Okay, so how the lawsuit thing come up?
I'm saying, he and I was having a conversation and he was telling me, I was telling him that I don't bring my family around it.
And
he was saying he don't bring his family except his daughter who's a lawyer.
I see what you mean.
I see what you mean. A file of
513.
That will be engaged in court matter.
Okay. All right, boss. What we talk, man? Because I get ready now.
Yeah, man. Yo, but mine, for a serious note, brother. When you bring a Tiga on the show, brother, you don't know, brother. You have to find out what Tiga are going to first. Back here before everything come live. Yeah. Tiga for something different, brother. From morning, Tiga to make the rounds, brother. You about the church show, Tiga come from being, brother. And you don't know, brother. Come like a Peter alone in fear, brother. You turn up, you got gone.
Oh my God.
I read money's money.
Yeah, man. All right, cool. Big up Tiga. I don't know what was wrong with Tiga tonight, but certainly he wasn't in his right mind, man. I don't know. But TikTok, I think like Costa Rica is your under 23 team coming through. You notice they have made a lot of changes. But I don't know. I feel like Jamaica right now, we defeated Panama. I think we're ahead of Panama when I think about quality of players and the system that we have been playing. I think, I think we are ahead of those two teams. I think we, like right now, the top three, and then you have us right there, Panama, and I'd say Costa Rica right there. But we have to get it together. And like I said, I know that by the time we get the next coach, I'm saying to you people, you'll be seeing 5 names coming into the senior men's squad. Top quality names. Management telling you that. So by September, you see that game again, as soon as the tickets come out for Jamaica versus Cuba, get it. Some of the names that you have been clamoring for, you will see them in the Jamaican colors. I think it is going to, thanks to Coach Himiral Grimson for laying the foundation, very comprehensive file in terms of who is 1 week away, who is 2 months away, who is 3 months away, who is 6 months away, who is 8 months away, who we spoke to, what did all of those things he has done in terms of database. You understand me? Yeah. True, Jason Guna, but I am telling you, the amount of work that Coach Al Grimson has done of course, maybe a new coach come in and don't call them. But yeah. But it is the up to today, I'm telling you. Jesus. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, T-Got. Hey, T-Got. No bother with that. No, T-Got, the show done. Peter was here and you disappeared. No bother try that, T-Got. People, T-Got is backstage. I am management. T-Got, go on your bed. You say no one wait. T-Got, go on your bed, man. Go on your bed. Go on your bed. Me not want to put you back. Go on your bed. Go on your bed, no man. Oh, boss, you can't come from Michelle Marina, boss. No, sir. T-Got, you have 1 minute because me need to end the show.
Yes. Yeah, no, I was looking for something. I was being distracted. That's why I kind of run out.
1 minute, you have.
Yeah, but they kind of run out. But look, just hear this.
Hear what?
You're not here.
No. Huh? T-Got, go on your bed, no, man. T-Got, we're not hearing anything. You're muted.
All right. Since you're not hearing it properly, never go put it back to your ear. It was asked what was the mandate of Coach Al Grimson. The response was that, let's put it this way. If he's paying $10, $20, his mandate is to get us to the 2026 World Cup. And I have more.
Yes, sir, we agree with you. You
don't agree with me. You don't agree with me. You said I said, whatever. You wasn't agree with me, sir. You wasn't agree. The mandate of the coach was to get us to the 26. So the Copa, the Gold Cup, the Nation League, them no matter. But the mandate.
No, T-Got. No matter in what T-Got.
No, but that was the mandate of the coach.
T-Got.
Hold on. Even if when we say no matter, if the coach don't qualify for the Gold Cup, that strike shouldn't go against it. If the coach don't qualify for the Nation League, that strike shouldn't go against it. If the coach don't qualify for another Copa, that strike shouldn't go against it. Hold on now. His mandate is to get us to the 2026 World Cup.
T-Got. What tournament a strike went against the coach for? Give me the tournament.
No, I'm not saying. I never said a strike go against him. I'm just saying that.
So
that's
why
what I'm saying no matter.
So why
I'm
are
just
you
saying that? I never say that. You see, you man's man, you put words in people's mouth and try to fit your narrative. That's what you do, you know. You put words in people's mouth and try to fit your narrative. Did I say a strike go against the coach? We're talking about the mandate of the coach. And the mandate of the coach was to get us to the 2026 World Cup. That was the mandate of the coach. That's why I'm saying, my point always saying that we have 6 points in the bag of the World Cup qualification. So it shouldn't matter. The coach do a good job.
T-Got, so who said Jamaica not winning a game in the Copa? Who said Jamaica finishing third in the Nations League? Who said Jamaica finishing fourth in the semi-final rounds of the Gold Cup was against the coach or used against him, or it was part
of that shouldn't use them? I'm saying,
but this is what I'm saying.
Use against him. That's what I'm
saying. But why would you bring up that?
I mean, that's why I said no, because you said that should be a must, and people say, "Oh, can you not play football?
What should be a must?
Oh, can you play football?
T-Got. Nobody said it must.
The man can lose. The man could not use as 10 ball from 100 yard and play all the World Cup. Because he man look on player try to get players to play for the World Cup. 10 ball from Tivoli to play the Nation League because he might try to get players to play the World Cup.
T-Got, are you serious?
Of course.
All right.
I'm dead serious.
So you're
Good
saying
night,
that?
management. I say good night.
All right, Tigat. Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Say interface show, no? Say interface show. Me now come up until say interview show. Your intro.
The intro. The
Yeah,
outro.
your intro.
The
Your outro.
outro. Yeah, the outro.
All right, go on. Say outro for the show. Say the outro. People, this is a Tigat and Manning's Bar. We're gonna create a different show, you know. A controversy show. Yeah, we're gonna create something. Because we have a nice chemistry. All right, say outro. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3. Go.
I am management. On the other side, that's Tigat, not the one that played football. That's Tigat from sports down the middle. And as usual, when it gets to this point of the show, I have no choice, people, but to say we are over and we are out of here.